You get your first Saturday job, right? It could be at a supermarket, it could be in a restaurant, it could be in a bar, and you get your first pay packet and you spend it in 24 hours.
What's wrong with you two? Jay,
Windows.
we've all done.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Good morning. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock, Talk Sport Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Ray Parlour. Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings yet and find your next car today with Arnold Clark. Right, not a great night for the Scottish sides in Europe last night, right? That's harsh.
Lovely, didn't you?
That is harsh, by the way. Are we Glasgow girl Lulu there?
No, what an absolute...
Well, why are we playing that?
Well,
Just
because...
Come to me.
Well,
The Gels, to get in Europe.
Absolutely.
Sing a song, Eurovision boy. Sing a song. You were gloating yesterday, weren't you, McCoist?
Oh, a disaster, though, isn't it?
Boom, bang, a bang, alley.
Yeah, absolute disaster for Rangers' point of view. Look, Alan, you'll be gutted at Celtic as well. That was a bit of a nightmare for them as well. But yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong there, is it? McInnes is really, really under pressure now.
Look, it doesn't do Scottish football any good.
No, it doesn't. No,
you know, we have a laugh and stuff like that. Rangers having a go at Celtic. But at the end of the day, it's poor for Scottish football. It really, really is. I've got to look at the other results because I didn't see the other Scottish teams.
But you want them to do well. You want for Scottish football's point of view, you want them, to be trying to compete. I know it's difficult because of financial situations and all that sort of stuff, but disaster. And he doesn't hold back there at McInnes. He's having to go at his players and saying that it's not good enough.
Listen, he's a passionate man. He's a Rangers man, but a passionate man. When he was at Hearts as well, you could see that what it meant to him when Hearts. He says, basically, I don't put words in his mouth, but a lot of Hearts people feel they were robbed of the title, and you could see that coming out of his face. So right away when he got the Rangers job, which he was delighted about, Celtic fans were like, oh, here we go, him. Yeah. So listen, it's going to be great for the league, but Rangers, they haven't started well, and I thought they'd push Celtic all the way this year. I really did.
It does take time when you get new players in and all, bedding and all that sort of stuff. But it's just been, result after result, it's been really poor, isn't it? And I'm sure we might get a few Rangers fans on who's not very happy with how they're playing.
Oh,
they've got a couple of Celtic games, and you was telling me on the way in.
Well, that's the key now. They'll be talking about Steven Gerrard already. Get him back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Rangers will get Celtic in the League Cup at Ibrox. Then the following week they go to Parkhead in the league, and I would suggest he's got to win the League Cup game, and he needs a draw at Parkhead. Yeah. If he doesn't, if Celtic were to win both, see you later.
You're in
Sorry,
trouble.
and I didn't think this could happen. I really didn't. No. But going on to Celtic, after the first leg, I thought, thank God we got a third goal because they were decent. They were ripping Celtic apart at times. But when Celtic scored over there, Ray, I thought that's it. We can't blow this. They did.
Yeah.
And then Rangers last night, I thought 1-0 lead is slender, but they're not a great side, this Czech side. Rangers should be okay. Bam.
Yeah.
So it just shows you.
Yeah, it just shows you. You can't underestimate any team, Al, in Europe. They're there for a reason. They must have been done well in their league or whatever. So, but that was a big shock for me. I mean, Rangers going out of that. Yeah. And obviously Brighton have done the business in that competition last night. They're through to the Europa Conference. So let's hope they can have a really good campaign.
It's good for the fans,
Yeah, it's good.
So Rangers, just go into this rate because I want to give the other Scottish teams I mentioned. Rangers beaten in penalties by Jablonec in the Conference League, meaning no European football beyond August. The first time, by the way, since 2017. Hibs conceded twice in 6 minutes. Sad. And I lost to the Belgians at Ghent. And Motherwell got smashed 7-2 by Freiburg, who are a decent side, but I thought Motherwell would get a bit closer than that, so out. Any sympathy for the Scottish sides getting knocked out by Star Wars characters? Oh, dear. No. We're deserving it, and we said, Alan and I were talking about it. We need a total turnaround now, like St George's Park. For our kids, academies. Scottish football now is not good enough. There's no kids coming through it. Well, there is, but not enough. And it's not good enough. We have to spend a lot of money and sort it out, or we're just going to be a laughing stock. Seriously. Shocking. In the Carabao Cup, Ray was talking about it, and a great night for Chelsea as well. And the brand new striker. Wow.
Gusto, who crosses the box, takes out the goalkeeper. Danny Welbeck rises, heads the ball home, and scores on his debut for Chelsea. The first goal for Xabi Alonso's team at home this season.
Oh, great. What a career, eh?
Brilliant.
People eyebrows were raised, weren't they, when he signed for Chelsea? What?
I thought it was a brilliant move from Chelsea. Really do. I mean, they've got a lot of young players there. They'll be looking up to Danny Welbeck. He's played at the top level. He's played at Manchester United when they was really flying, and Arsenal. Obviously, had a great spell down at Brighton, and now gone to Chelsea. What a career he's had. And I watched the game last night, Chelsea, and they look very good. Alonso put a really strong team out. He ain't taking no chances against Luton. Jack Wilshere's Luton, who tried to stay in the game as long as they could, but they was knocking on the door of Chelsea, and it was only a matter of time before they got that first goal.
I said all along, if Chelsea can shore up the back, they're a danger to him.
Well, it looks like the keeper's going to be sorted out, isn't it? That for me is the vital position. You always need a decent keeper if you're going to have a chance to challenge for the title, and you've got to put me in that sort of reckoning that they can maybe challenge for the title with no European football, so they'll be having a good rest in the week. when the other teams will be playing in Champions League and Conference Leagues or Europa League. So I think Chelsea would have every chance. And Martinez is a good signing for them from Villa.
Big signing.
Yeah.
Talking of Champions League, into Champions League draw last night. Teams across Europe now know who they're going to face in the league phase. I'm not sure I like this league phase. I like a little group, 4 or 5 teams.
It's good for the fans.
Oh, I know.
You look at the fans; they're getting some great places. You get some really good trips away in Europe.
For the teams,
there's a lot more games. Don't get me wrong, and it's the reason why they've done it is financial.
Of course, everything's financial.
Of course, it is. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Money.
Right, some great ties, Ray. If you've not heard, have a listen up. There's great ties, including Arsenal against Real Madrid, Man United against Bayern Munich, and City against Barcelona. Whoa! Here's our European football expert, Kevin Hatchard, on which England sides are happiest after this draw.
I think Liverpool would look at theirs and think that was okay, because Inter and Atleti of the pot 1 teams, I think that could have been a lot harder. Not that they're easy games, but I think they could have been harder, and they've beaten Atletico recently at Anfield, and they've won at Inter recently. So I think they'll be okay with that. Porto at home, that's better than going to the Dragao. Villarreal at home, Villarreal have been poor in this competition of late. Lens at home, that's much better than going there. And Lask did very, very well to get this far, but I think in general they're going to struggle to get to the level required. So Liverpool, I think, will be fairly pleased. I'm not just saying this because it's you. I do think United have got a really tough set. But I've been working it out here.
Yes.
And I do think they'll get enough to qualify for the playoffs.
How many points do you need, do you reckon, to get into the top 8 and the top 24?
Top 8. I mean, off the top of my head, I think about 15 or 16 gets you there, but I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, so it's complicated. Let me run through it quickly, right? So Real Madrid have got Inter, Arsenal, PSV, Roma, Leipzig, Shakhtar, Lask, oh dear, and AEK Athens. Arsenal, here we go. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Real Betis, Lille, Napoli, Sabah, and Slavia Prague. Where are we? Let's see. Man United, let's talk United. So they've got Roma, Real Madrid, Paris, Sporting, AEK Athens, Bratislava, Fenerbahce, Lille. What about this one? Man City. This is Sporting, Barcelona, Man City, Man United, Roma, Galatasaray, Shakhtar, Lask, Lens. Villa. What about the Villa? A lot of people, we're going to talk about Villa. The goalkeeper going to Chelsea as well. Barcelona, Man City, PSG, Villa, Sporting, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, Como, and Sabah. So it's Liverpool. We're saying would be happy with it.
Liverpool probably got the best.
Atletico, Inter, Porto.
There's some cracking games though, isn't there?
It's all complicated.
You're looking at the away games. You look at more the home games for the so Man City be at home to Paris. They've got Sporting at home. Napoli at home and AEK Athens at home. So, but there's some great trips away as well for the supporters' point of view.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's
it's
what
more
it's all
money.
about. Yeah, Villa go to Paris Saint-Germain, so Villa fans that go to Paris.
Villa, they must have something up their sleeve.
Como as well. Como, what a beautiful place to go there for the Villa fans. Yeah. So that'd be Cesc Fabregas' side.
Villa must have something up their sleeve. Surely they can't. They've got to.
I just read today they've got Goretzka, is it, the midfielder, on a free transfer. But you got to feel for clubs like Villa and the way they've lost all their players. I mean, it's amazing, really. I mean, whether the rules, I don't know.
Newcastle and Villa were the ones.
Newcastle showed a lot of spirit at the weekend, though, didn't they, against Liverpool? Last kick of the game, Liverpool equalised. So, and I think they played really well, Newcastle. It's been interesting to see how they get on this weekend now. Spurs away, which Spurs now need to get a result, don't they, under their belts after that poor defeat against Brentford last week.
Hammered. Okay, right. What English sides are you backing to go the furthest this season? Let's head to the phone lines. We'll take a quick one. Ivo's a Liverpool fan, but he wants to talk about Rangers. Ivo, morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Jim. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
Absolutely love the show.
Good man.
So I'm a Liverpool fan, but that's not what I'm calling. I'm calling about Rangers. I like Rangers as well because of Gerrard used to be there as a manager. But also, I'm originally from Latvia. Obviously, lived there for 20-odd years now. But the fact that Rangers, a Scottish team, not only is on the same level as Latvian team, Riga FC, but even lower because we qualified yesterday.
Yeah.
That is lowest of the lowest for Scottish football, unfortunately.
Well, Ivo, I'm glad you brought it up because we've got a real problem with Scottish football now. And next season, is going to be even harder now in Europe because of the lack of quality and the lack of results we've had already this season. So it's going to be tougher. And we're going down the pan at the moment. It's no good at all. What about Liverpool? Just a quick one on Liverpool. Liverpool this year, I think Liverpool are in for a big year. I hope I'm right. What do you think?
Well, obviously, we all hope that Liverpool are gonna turn up, but my issue is I absolutely love Iraola, and obviously it's kind of back to club style of play, pressing and fast-paced football and all that. That's all great, but the first game, I can't understand why only holding midfielder Gravenberch, who is, by the way, was one of the best ones 2 years ago in Premier League. Why has he been told to go forward when he gets the ball? And that means we only have two centre-backs defending because everyone is forward. Other than that, I think we'll be fine. And my issue is, and I do believe that fans will say the same, or Liverpool fans say the same, for Isak, must score like 10 goals by January, and Bertz must give about 10 assists. Other than that, they might go down the drain, unfortunately, Liverpool fans' eyes.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, Ivo. Thank you. Don't forget your relationship with Rangers because of Gerrard. What about King Kenny and Celtic? Don't forget that one, Ivo. Right, here we go. We'll take calls on this. It's a bit complicated, this European draw, but it's exciting. There's no doubt about it. Coming up, we've got some great guests coming up today for you. We're going to talk with Carfest. You think your cars? Chris Evans will join us up at Silverstone. It's a blockbuster of an event up there. We're going to talk to Julien Lorenz, of course, top guy, ESPN journalist, French football expert, about the French side of the draw. Tim Sherwood, former Tottenham and Villa boss, of course. Mark Lawrenson. We're just talking about Liverpool's defence there. Mark coming up to join us. Also, we'll talk boxing with Atuma coming up, Moses, with Barry Jones, and The Chunk around 9:30. I don't know what Jamie's going to talk about. I think it's his new psychiatrist, I think. But anyway, we'll find out later on. Right, the lines are open. Give us a call, 617.
Chaz. Yeah, but it is Charlton. Come on, that's not going to be the measure, is it? We're not going to find out too much about Spurs against Charlton.
No, we won't. But it just shows what the EFL Cup meant to Charlton.
Yeah,
they made 10 changes.
Yeah. Well, they were underdogs, and they went into it, and I suppose they're thinking, listen, we're not going to win it. Let's make sure, because promotion is the most important thing with Charlton. Like I said, unbeaten so far, so they're very much in the hunt for that promotion race. 03717 2233 Charlie Austin. I'm Jason Cundy. Have you been to a game? Tell us what you've seen. Tell us what you've heard. Let's go straight to the lines. Let's go and speak to Trev, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Trev?
Trev? Hello, Jace. Spurs are back.
Spurs are back, Trev.
Spurs are back.
Spurs are back.
Definitely.
No, yeah.
Honestly, tonight, I know it was Charlton.
Trev, drop me out, mate.
But it's 5-1.
Trev.
Jace.
Trev. Trev.
Well, lovely.
Trev.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Take the win, right? Go home.
Jace.
And go to bed. No, it's fine. The Spurs aren't back, Trev. Come on, mate. You lot were an absolute disgrace. No, you're not.
Wait till Saturday,
no,
chaps,
all serious.
Different Spurs side.
All right, so chaps, a different Spurs side from what we see Saturday evening, which was the same old Spurs. Then you've just beaten Charlton reserves / under 23s, and now all of a sudden Spurs are back. I don't see it.
Chaz, just wait until Saturday before you comment any further, please. Because honestly, you've got to give us a chance.
Man, I feel like a woman. The girls need a break tonight. I'm gonna take the chance to get out on the town. We don't need romance, we only
6:22, Shania Twain, eh? Right, Alan Brazil and Ray Party Parlour. Yes, unmistakable sound of Shania. But why are we playing it well? What about this? What age do you think she is? Well, it's her birthday today, and she is 61. Can you believe it? 61. Wow. She was Glastonbury, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Looked really well.
Good singer.
61.
Very good.
Ever feel like a woman, Ray? You ever get a female side of you come out?
What do you mean by that? Not really. What do you mean by that? Put a bit of lipstick on weekends, maybe. My mum was desperate for a girl, and I come out and I was a boy, so she was gutted.
Yeah.
I was gonna be called Julie, I think.
Right, it's time to look at the back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
And a very good morning. Angelina Kelly's with us. Angelina, morning.
Good morning, Angelina.
Good morning.
Dare I mention United? Oh.
No, let's just... I mean, it's last weekend. I was quite foolish thinking that they would win. I actually predicted 3-0.
Did you?
Yeah, just not good enough.
Everyone did.
Yeah, the Ipswich game, it needs to be 3 points at home, at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But it was more, that they've got defensive issues, but coming forward, it was a real concern. Yeah, not great.
Oh dear. Well, I was at Portman Road and it was the early kick-off United, wasn't it? And I couldn't I couldn't concentrate watching it. So, but it did surprise me, to be honest. But Hull, they tell me, were just super.
Yeah, I mean, they played the occasion, didn't they?
Yeah.
They looked really good. But we'll go to one of Man United's rivals here with the back page. We'll go to Liverpool because we've got Brad in the can. Andoni Iraola is ready to crack open a £120 million deal for Barcola after Liverpool have finally made a breakthrough. A deal is agreed in principle with Paris Saint-Germain. Liverpool are facing Nottingham Forest live on talkSPORT at 12:30 on Saturday. Probably won't be signed in time for that, but could make his debut away at Ipswich on Friday night. Live
I'm
on
there.
talkSPORT.
I'm at that one. He is a top player.
I mean, he's very, very fast. Are there any fast players that you guys have played with? I mean, Thierry Henry, Anelka.
I would go Anelka. Anelka was the quickest for me, over 5 yards. Thierry was, once he got in his stride, he's more of like a 200-metre runner.
Chelsea was quick, wasn't it, United?
He was rapid.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of them out there. Giggsy was quick, by the way.
Yeah.
Ryan was quick.
Half a yard.
Who did we have? Kevin Beattie was lightning. He wasn't that... He was a centre-half, but he was lightning.
Ashley Cole was quick, left back.
Who's winning the 100-metre race then? We're having Anelka, Henry...
Well, do you know what? I'm going to chop one in here.
Go on.
You might be surprised.
I'll go in it.
Alan Hansen.
Yeah?
Over 100 yards. By the way, when he used to bring the ball out of defence, we've got Lauro coming on, he'll tell us about it. When Jock used to bring the ball out of defence, you couldn't keep up with him. His long stride, he was deceptive. But when he got going, he was very quick.
It's a good race.
Paul McGrath was quick.
Paul McGrath. But Thierry, I think, I know he said 200-metre runner, but 100, he would be good 100 metre. He should nip out onto the left-hand side.
This is a bit before you did it, but Paul McGrath would beat Jasper Olsen in sprints.
Oh, okay.
Jasper wasn't slow.
Yeah.
Big Paul are different.
Wow.
It's just that change of pace for players.
Yeah.
You know, when you drop your shoulder, like Ryan Giggs had that, he could drop his shoulder and go, bam, you got that little spurt. You had a bit of a spurt, didn't you? You
John Robertson. There's another one. Robbo had no real pace, but he just had that little drop the shoulder, get past you. And
who was the best one to drop in his shoulder? I know. Someone comes to mind straight away. Chris Waddle.
Remember? He was great.
He could go
Robbo was great as well. Robbo was great. Yeah.
Well, somebody else who's quite decent down the wing, Vinicius Junior. Vinny is coming to Arsenal, but only
to play again.
Yeah, when he's playing against Arsenal. I mean, Ray, did you get your shirt printed?
No. I was always very that's the sort of players you've got to be linked with if you're Arsenal Football Club because you're champions. But what he's done a good thing for himself because he's used Arsenal to get a better deal, hasn't he? That's what's happened. I mean, he probably always wanted to stay at Real Madrid, but he's used Arsenal as a tool to probably get a better contract. And, it's worked for him. So good luck to him. People do that.
How will Jose handle him?
I think Jose will be fine.
Yeah.
You know, I liked Jude Bellingham, what he said about Jose. Yeah. You know, I think, Jose Mourinho, he's a legend, isn't he? And people will look up to him. And he can probably handle the big stars, if I'm being honest.
No, he can. That's one. Jose might not be a tactical genius, but he can handle people.
Yeah. We've had him in Aero. He's a great guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
So I think it'd be fine. And I think the president knew that Jose is the only one he could probably bring in.
Galacticos, we need someone strong who can handle them,
exactly.
who they respect as well.
He'd be fine. I think Jose have a brilliant season with Real Madrid.
And I think he'll be up for the challenge after. I think a few people maybe have question marks over Mourinho because whilst he's had some success, it's not been at the top. So I think to come into Real Madrid to have the chance to maybe win the Champions League, win La Liga, I think he'll be up for it.
And it's probably his last big chance.
He's had some chances, though, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's had some jobs, though, Jose. Wow.
Right, Angeline, we're going to catch up a lot more later on with you.
Yes.
We'll look in detail at this Champions League. It really is. It's difficult. 16 points, the boys were saying you probably need to get in the top 8. We'll look at that as well. That was thanks to our friends at Costa Express. Coming up, we'll head to their phone lines and we hear from some truly dejected Rangers fans.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Michael, where are you with Isak at this moment? I just think that particular penalty, Szoboszlai was always taking it, and likes of Isak had far more to lose than he had to gain by taking that penalty. But where are you with Isak at this moment in time? And he looks to me, he obviously had big injury problems and all that stuff. The move was well documented. You know, Newcastle fans are unhappy. What's it going to take for him to get playing with a regular confidence and show the ability that we know he has?
Well, I'm not sure about you, Ali, but I had plenty of injuries in my career, so I know how hard it is to get back, and you do need a bit of time. And everybody's given him time and understood that, but then he's sort of finished the season, then he's gone to the World Cup, and now he's had a pre-season, and you just think, okay, now we're starting to run out of excuses. We need to start seeing the real Isak, and we know how good he is. I mean, wow, we saw him for Newcastle. I mean, he's absolute class. But we haven't seen it for Liverpool just yet, and I think, you know, questions will come now. As I say, always give him the benefit of the doubt in the past with Liverpool, but at the start of this season now we're expecting, and Liverpool absolutely need him. They've lost Salah, Ekitike's out, there's not that many options in attacking areas. They absolutely need him to be on top form. Yesterday he was far from it. I thought he was a yard off, and that's worrying. But so was Wirtz. I thought he was really quiet as well. So, you know, it wasn't the greatest performance for Liverpool. They actually did well to scrounge a point in the end. But obviously, he's the big money signing. He's headline maker, and yeah, I can't say he played well because he really didn't.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earned 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Good morning, 6:33. I tell you what, Ray, I'm really pleasantly surprised. I feel good.
What?
I had 8 hours in hospital.
I know, yeah. I was
8 hours.
Going in.
I had a procedure, so I'd just like to thank Grace and Liz for all their help. They were brilliant yesterday.
And it's getting better and better every time you go there, which is good news.
No,
good news too.
I had a shock when I woke up this morning. I didn't know whether I was in Ipswich or in London. And I suddenly thought, quick, get out of bed, you're in Ipswich, get home.
It's a nice compliment, because most people I see out, they don't ask about, oh yeah, Arsenal. How's Brazil? Is he all right? So,
well, at the moment, I'm
you're well loved around this area, Alan.
No, I'm happy. Happy, thank you.
Good man.
Right, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Ray Parlour, Arnold Clark. Perfect time to upgrade your car, get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car on the upgrade event. Check it out. Now, Villa fans, Gabby. Morning, Gab. I've been moaning all summer they can't spend any money, but they will be splashing some cash on Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson. A deal has been agreed for £65 million. Speaking yesterday in Drive, Gabby explained why Jackson's a real good signing.
He had his best season, didn't he, with Cole Palmer, and that was Cole Palmer's best season for Chelsea as well. Even last season, didn't get much game time at Bayern Munich, but still scored 8 goals in the Bundesliga. So I think he'll do well for Villa. Obviously, Ollie Watkins will go to Saudi Arabia, but Goretzka coming in, some experience, Kevin knowing more than all of us, but I'm sure they've got some more business to do, Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think they have, Gab. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now, on Jackson, I think I've been a little bit unfair on him. I don't think he's a natural finisher, Ray.
Yeah.
When you're at the highest level, can he take half a chance? a tight game, 1-1, and
you get one chance.
One chance, and you got to take it. And I've seen him miss too many. I don't think he's a natural finisher. Puts himself about. He's quick. Gets caught offside too much for me. He's still to prove to me he's top class. But I wish him well.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's sometimes the manager can get the best out of certain players. So Emery will be looking at trying to get him into the squad and get him in firing on all cylinders, get the best out of him. Sometimes you've got to put arm around your shoulders. As long as he keeps making the runs into the right areas, Alan, you're a striker. So you've got to get a good understanding.
You got to make the runs, and you need someone to understand.
Yeah, what runs you're going to make.
Slip you in. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But it's just that composure. That's the difference with top strikers is the composure they show in front of goal. You don't panic. Some strikers panic quick. As you rightly said, you got to make. Sometimes you make the move, and the keeper makes his move, and then you put it into the other corner.
Correct. Drop a shoulder, let him move, and then you've got a better option.
It's just knowing, and you got. And people don't realise, as forwards, that you've got more time than what you think, haven't you?
Correct.
Because when you're through and goal, you've got that extra split second.
Your first touch is very important. When you get away from the defender, that first touch has got to be perfect.
I always say it to any kid, your first touch will give you a lot more time on the ball.
Getting the ball out your feet as well, Ray.
Yeah.
We're going towards goal. Your first touch, if you get the ball out your feet, you can have a quick glance. It just gives you an option before you get to the ball. And you're in control of the situation.
And do you know what? The player I noticed improved so much finishing was Thierry Henry.
Yeah,
because he used to pass it into the net. That's what you got to do. If you hit the side netting, if you pass it into the side netting, the keeper can't get it.
The best
angles.
Best I've ever seen doing that was Jimmy Greaves.
Jimmy Greaves, brilliant.
Jimmy Greaves never smashed one in ever.
Absolutely.
He glides past goalkeepers. Just
fantastic. Yeah.
Right. Make sure you tune in to talkSPORT Monday night, right? So Villa welcome Arsenal. And former defender Konsa, of course, Ray, is expected to make his debut. Villa fans, you've got to be delighted.
He's a great signing. He really is. I listened to John Terry, who's a great defender himself, and he worked with him at Aston Villa. He said he's got pace. He can be aggressive when he has to be. So for £50 million out, and with Saliba out injured, I know they've got Mosquera and other people can fill in there, but he's another real good signing. And they've got a strong defence, Arsenal. As much as they're good to watch in midfield and going forward, they've got a very, very strong outfit.
Big game this one for Villa as well. If they can put up a show here and beat them.
Villa played really well against them last season.
Yeah,
They beat them at Villa Park. So they've got to be at their best, Arsenal. But, it's a game that on Monday night everybody will be watching. You've got to really step up. Being champions now, Arsenal got to go there and try and roll them over. But as you rightly said, it ain't going to be easy because everybody's going to up their game against Arsenal.
Right, make sure you tune in to talkSPORT Monday night as Villa welcome Arsenal and, of course, Concert as well. We've got you covered with all the build-up from 7 p.m, kick-off at 8 o'clock. Time now for the Coral Fan Phone-In.
The Coral Fan Phone-In on talkSPORT with Coral, celebrating 100 years of rewarding the fans. We're here for it. 18plusgambleaware.org.
No Bucks fizz last night in Glasgow. Land of make-believe. Rangers are out of Europe, as are Hibs, after another poor night for Scottish football. Let's hear what Rangers gaffer Derek McInnes had to say after a shocking 4-3 penalty loss to Jablonec.
So embarrassed with it because we should be winning this tie, and there's no two ways about it. I thought we got what we deserved. We could have nicked it in penalties and got through, which we'd have took gladly. And as I've said before, it's all about trying to work towards better performances and try and win games of football as you're doing that. But we were way off it. We have to be totally honest with that. I think the only people that represented the club properly tonight were my support staff, who we do all the preparation right. The club gets the players to an elite level to try and perform at their best, and we were miles short.
Derek must be banging his head against the wall, because he came there thinking, he's left Hearts, who had a great season last year, and thinking, right, I've got money to spend, I've got a big squad, massive club. This is what I'm made for. This is where I am. And he must be banging his head against the wall saying, what is going on here? Ali, I spoke to Ali briefly last night. He said we were garbage.
Yeah.
Just garbage. No excuses. Just said garbage we were.
What is it? Confidence, is it? You got to put your finger on it. All the players are not
away
good
from
enough.
home with Jablonec, whoever they are.
Yeah.
You know, away from home,
you get the job done.
You can play, can't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, what do Rangers fans think about it? I'm not gloating here. Of course I'm not, because I'm looking at Scottish football. And all our teams are out.
It's a good shape,
still up. But we've got to get at the bottom of this and work out what is going wrong. Tom, the Rangers fans on the line. Tom, morning.
Good morning, lads. How are you?
How
all right?
doing, Tom? Yeah, good, Tom.
Good. Well, first and foremost, McCoy's is right. It was garbage.
Yeah.
Right, but what I'm going to say is here, I listened to his after match, and he sold the players down the Clyde. But what I will say is, you've just played it again there, and he says the only prep that was done right was him and his backroom staff. And then the players going and perform like that. So I think he's kind of looking after himself there.
Do you think he's falling out with the players?
You've got to be careful with that, though, Tom.
Yeah, you've got to be careful because you can lose the players.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Tom, are we thinking right away now, this League Cup tie at Ibrox against Celtic, and then Parkhead in the league, could this be the last two games for Derek?
Well, again, Old Firm's different. It's a different atmosphere when you go to an Old Firm game. You know that Celtic may go in as favourites and Rangers end up winning or vice versa. So that's the way the Old Firm games have always been. But what I'll say is we're going to Pittodrie, who always lift their game for us.
Yeah.
We badly need 3 points. But what worries me is when I saw the game last night, there was nobody wanted the ball. No one.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one. And he keeps going on about quality. How many players do we need to buy? Are we buying 50 players to say, right, we got one good one and we've got rid of the rest?
Yeah. Yeah,
the fans are really shortchanged, and he's going on about fans travelling. The fans travel everywhere. They pay their money. They turn up all the time. The fans have always been shortchanged for the last so many years, and this start of this season is definitely no changed. Do we change the manager? You can't keep doing that. But what is the answer? I think the problem is we've got guys up the stair that don't know much about football, are buying players, and I think that's where the problem is.
Tom, nice one. Thank you. Tom, Rangers fan. Really,
you've got to have someone who knows football, don't you? I don't know who's on the board, and I don't know who's doing the deals and all that sort of stuff. But you've got to have a good recruitment. And look, there is players out there.
By the way, that's the big question: is who's buying players? Who is it now? Let me take another quick one. Duncan's a Rangers fan. Duncan, morning.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. Morning, guys. How you doing?
All right, Duncan. All right. Disappointed with our teams in Europe, Scotland. Because it's going to be even worse next year. It's going to be even harder to qualify.
Oh, no, I think for Rangers at the minute, our problem is we're buying quantity over quality. I think the weight of the shirt is really starting to show in players. I think we went out and we got Hearts. Well, we got the best striker in Scotland last season, Lawrence Shanklin, and one of the best midfielders in Cammy Devlin, who was outstanding last season.
Well, I thought they were two good signings, me, personally. It's not worked out that way, but I thought they were.
And I just think it's the weight of the shirt. I think the quality around them isn't good enough. I just don't think we are good enough on the park. And if I'm honest, if I'm Andrew Kavanagh, Rangers chairman, I'm saying to my recruitment team, why do you need to sign an $5 million, £10 million player? You just signed 2 or 3 of them. Somebody's got to be asking the question, what is going on with the recruitment at Rangers?
Yeah, I agree.
No, I
agree. And you can say that about Celtic, although Celtic did get a couple of good ones, the winger and the centre forward. But it's not just Rangers and Celtic. So many teams are buying players, and the money's extortionate now.
Can they handle the pressure as well? Because there's a lot more pressure when you're playing for Rangers and Celtic, isn't there? Where they probably come from.
Look at the young boy Delap. Look, it was always going to be hard at Chelsea. But then he gets a move for, 50-odd million?
He's gone to Forest, isn't he?
Unbelievable. 50-odd million.
But sometimes you need that
2 goals last year,
you need that move, but he's not...
I wish him well because he works his socks off, but 50 million, come on. Prices have gone stupid.
Well, everybody's over 50 or 60 million now.
Crazy. Thanks to Coral. That was the Coral fan phone-in.
The Coral Fan Phone-In on talkSPORT with Coral, celebrating 100 years of rewarding the fans. We're here for it. 18plusgambleaware.org.
OK, still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Nervy looking run up from Gabriel. Has to score this. Otherwise, PSG are champions again. Left-footed. He's missed it. He's missed the target. He's blazed it over the bar.
and it isn't to be for Arsenal as Paris Saint-Germain celebrate back-to-back Champions League titles.
Oh, I was in the stadium that day. Oh.
We're going to be joined by French football expert Julien Laurent, who will tell us if anyone can stop the European giants PSG completing a three times this season. Hat-trick, absolutely. Next, though, it's over to Silverstone, where our good friend Chris Evans is limbering up for another car fest. Brilliant. That was our breakfast preview. By the way, Arsenal Ipswich in the Carabao Cup, Ray. I need to sort something out there.
There's some cracking game. Liverpool, Tottenham.
Yeah. That's
and have a Millwall, Newcastle.
We'll go through that next.
Yeah.
That was our breakfast preview. Our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder, and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
All right, Gab?
Gabby!
Jamie, what you on about,
the Villa.
You're just jealous, mate. I've been
Jamie,
hearing you all day.
What are you on about?
You're talking guff, mate. Just because you're jealous.
What are you on about?
You're jealous.
How can you finish 17 2 years in a row and spend half a bill?
Because we've got the cash, Gabs.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, mate.
See? Jealous.
It ain't fair, Cundy.
No, I agree. Do you know what? I agree with Gabby on this. I totally agree with him.
No.
This has got no. I'm not.
Win the Europa League,
I'm not.
And we can't flipping spend.
I'm not picking sides. I'm telling you now. Villa and Newcastle should be able to spend.
Cry me a river.
No, 100.
Cry me a river.
Jay, listen.
Thank you, Cundy.
I totally agree with him.
Gabs?
Totally agree with him.
Stop crying, mate.
Jamie.
Stop crying,
Totally
mate.
agree with him.
Stop crying.
Jamie.
Gabs.
You're signing rejects from Manchester City.
Good players,
is
mate.
unwanted. Savino's a reject. Robertson's a reject from Liverpool, not wanted anymore. Conor Gallagher's a reject from Atletico Madrid. Spurs are signing rejects.
Hold on a minute. You've sold 5 of your best players. All right, you're absolute guff this season. Oh, the rules! Oh, the rules! I thought you was a big club. I thought you was a big club.
Well, we are a big club, but the rules don't let us.
You're not, though.
Because you and your cartel, top 6, you and Cundy, don't want Villa in there.
Don't bring me into this. I've got nothing to do with this, Gabby.
Mate, keep you out of it. Only big boys allowed in the top 6, mate. You're not big. You have to sell your best players. We don't have to sell our best players.
17th, right, and go and spend £500 million.
Because we're a big club, Gabs. Stop whinging.
Of this sport.
Try to pick up a bell. Try and pick up a few bells, eh? I'll throw him out of the ring.
Monstrous right hand, and down he goes. He is fabulous.
Friday, 6:50 on the Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Ray Parlour with me. Right, last night Chelsea beat Luton 2-0, courtesy of goals from Danny Welbeck on his debut in Esteva. Fulham also got past Wimbledon 3-0, both through to the Carabao Cup third round. Now I'm looking at the list here. Right away, what stands out, Ray, for you and me?
Yes.
Ipswich against Arsenal.
Yeah, good tie. Yeah, absolutely brilliant tie, that one. So, but there's some cracking games in there, Al. You've got Man United Brighton, it's a good game.
North East Sunderland against Hull City.
Obviously, the standout game is Liverpool Spurs.
Great game.
Yeah, really
Chelsea Leeds.
Yeah, Chelsea Leeds. Another fantastic game. The old 70s always comes back to mind. Billy Bremner and
Lewis the Colour.
Chopper Irish. Always comes out.
City against Norwich City. Man City, Norwich City. Palace Borough. Palace will fancy that one there.
That's a bit of a trot for Newcastle.
Coventry Villa's a good one.
Newcastle down to Millwall. We're in fine form at the moment, Millwall. So, some good.
Fleetwood against Sheffield United. Fleetwood Town. Could they cause a shock there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody will fancy their chances, but yeah, Carabao Cup. I looked at Chelsea's team last night and they took it very seriously. I mean, I know Xabi Alonso wants to be successful straight away and try and win a trophy. But I can imagine they're going to be putting strong sides out.
Adrian's Posh against Barnsley at Peterborough.
Yeah.
So I think the old chairman's laughing at Adrian at the moment because they've had a little spat. And
they have.
Posh have started brilliant.
No, he said they ain't got enough players.
Yeah,
Adrian,
started brilliant.
They've started really well.
Right, there you go. Right, okay, coming up 6:52. Let's have a bit of this, please.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. If I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. Yes, they'll all come to meet me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green grass of home.
Go on, Tom. Right, packed to the brim with activities and attractions to keep the whole family entertained. Carfest is back for 2026. To help us walk through it all, we have the founder join us this morning. Brilliant. This has got bigger and bigger. Virgin Breakfast host, the legend Chris Evans, who's live at Silverstone. Chris, morning.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys. How are you, Party Parlour?
Yeah, really good, Chris. I'm sure you're really looking forward to Carfest. It's got bigger and bigger and it's at Silverstone for the first time.
And Party Parlour's just got himself a new vehicle as well, Chris. Ask him about it. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we got 261 cars on track, Ray, so we've got room for one more. Plenty of room here. Plenty of stuff going on.
Chris, you know what? I was talking to Alan this morning. I was really excited about talking to you. And you've had so many cars, haven't you? I mean, it was brilliant in your garden. Some of the cars you had. What is your favourite ever car you bought?
Oh, my favourite ever car that I bought was the James Coburn's old car, the 250 short wheelbase California Spider. Wow. Unfortunately, I don't own it anymore. There's lots of cars. You know, timing is everything. You know that, footballers. You know that.
Chris, the last time I was talking about you to someone who said, oh, yeah, I was in a helicopter, flew over Chris's property, down on the banks of the Thames there. He says, in his back garden there, it looks like an overspilled car park for Heathrow Terminal 3. So don't tell me you don't have any more cars. You've got loads still.
Yeah, no, I think you'll find they're the people who own the boats. Honestly, de-winterizing their boats.
Yeah, all right.
But we got a couple here. Noah, my son, has just pulled up in his MX-5 for the first time. He had to fix the clutch yesterday to get it, but he's literally just pulled up right now. Can I just tell you some of the cars we have got here? Is that all right, guys?
Yeah, go for it,
we've got the McLaren W1, the Bugatti Chiron. We've got Ferrari LaFerrari, Ferrari TDF. We've got Ford GT Gen 2. We've got 509 GTO. We've got loads of MC12s, loads of Maseratis. We got 12 Formula One cars. Busy paddock. 2,000 people at a time are going to be walking the paddock. So you can sign up 2,000 people at a time. We got Goldie Rocks here with the music. We've got Huey Morgan. We've got Bryony Gordon, George Clark, Maisie Adam. We got Richard Hammond. We've got Denny DiMaggio, our boss. We've got our other boss, Scott the Lot. He's coming as well. We got Jake Humphrey, Samo Farah, Jimmy Carter, Chris Hoy. We got Victoria Pendleton cycling around the track. We got Sally Gunnell. Got our own Super Saturday going on. It's great, honestly. Ray, honestly, if you want to come, I can get you in.
Yeah, no, it sounds really good. I mean, he sounds a great dad for everybody, the kids as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chris,
love
I've
it.
got a couple of a friend who's got a couple of beautiful cars. I can't remember what, but they're beautiful. I mean, worth a lot of money. Your sort of cars. And I think they're going down to, I think he's going. It's not the car fest he's going to. I should tell him about this because he's got some belters, real rare cars. So I need to talk to him. But he's down at Blenheim. I think they've got a big one down there coming up soon.
Yeah, no, there's loads of car shows every weekend, and you know, people love the cars, don't they? They do. We got the biggest paddock we've ever had this year. It's more car than ever before. Jessie J plays tonight. She headlines on the main stage. Sophie Ellis Bextor Gokwan, the George Michael singers.
I'll give you a due. You do it well, by the way. And that's
Tom Jones tomorrow.
One
Sugar Babes, Nile Rodgers and
charity,
Chic,
or
Rick Astley.
several.
Silverstone Festival, the Silverstone Foundation charities now, as well as all the UK children's charities that we've always supported. But yesterday, Ray, I wasn't feeling great, to be honest. So I went to the doctor, and he said, "What's the matter?" I said, "I just feel like I wake up." And I keep thinking I'm Tom Jones. He said, "It's not unusual."
Oh, hello. You can tell by the tone there was a joke coming.
Yeah.
Chris, listen, brilliant. What you do for charity is magnificent.
Yeah.
And I hope the weather holds firm for you because it could be wet.
It's beautiful
but-
this morning.
Is it?
It's beautiful this morning.
And
Yeah,
can people still go there and pay on the day?
Oh yeah, walk-ups. Yeah, I mean they can fit 500,000 in for the Grand Prix, so there's plenty of room for everyone.
Brilliant.
Come
Chris,
and join us.
Well
It's gonna
done,
be
mate.
fun.
Well done. There you go.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Carfest at Silverstone. There you go. All weekend. Brilliant. Help us walk through it all. There you go, Chris Evans. I tell you what, you won't believe what he does for charity.
I know.
I'm telling you.
Unbelievable. I was so lucky.
He has raised millions. Not a million. Millions he has raised.
We were so lucky that we went last year to his garden.
Oh,
fantastic!
Yeah.
What a place, and what a that weekend I had. I was gutted I had to go, didn't I? I missed the last day.
Takes you a month to get over it.
Oh, definitely. It was it's such a really good. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and as you rightly said, for charity, it's unbelievable. It's fine.
Coming up, will Man City's new midfield start tonight at Palace? Live and exclusive on talkSPORT. We'll find out next.
They were set a target by Celtic. That win should have been enough. And I know personally my football club has lost a 4-goal lead in the first leg before. So it can happen, and you really build yourself up. If you think you can do it, you get yourself there. And Lask have obviously had those meetings, done that work, done those trainings, and they've got themselves a victory in the tie and gone through. I think what this says about Scottish football is really important. And let's face some facts here. Celtic are below the New Saints of Wales, Shelbourne of Ireland. They're behind La Fiorita of San Marino in the rankings in Europe. The Austrian League is ranked below the Scottish League, and yet Lask have just beaten Celtic. And Lask have got no real European pedigree or history of success. So how has this happened? I think you've just got to go back to the end of last season. Scottish football is eating itself. Every season it happens, and last season it happened worse than ever. Hearts showed some smart thinking, some common sense to build, to do something a bit special, to do something unheard of. And what happened was Celtic panicked, took a huge step backwards by appointing Martin O'Neill, no disrespect. And yes, they won the title, they won the cup and all that, but at what cost? At what cost? I look at Rangers took the Hearts captain and top scorer Shankland. They're wasting his talent at Ibrox. Rangers have had a European mayor. Hearts collapsed out of the Champions League before the end of July. Celtic an embarrassment. I think the clubs in Scotland need to take more responsibility, work together to save the future of Scottish football, to save themselves and the Scottish national team as well.
Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Four minutes after 7 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Ray Parlour and Arnold Clark's Deal Drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. Right. On the way for you this morning, we have the Champions League. Champions League is back and there's some really tasty ties for yesterday's draw. Ray's Arsenal, they go to Bayern and they welcome Real Madrid. Speaking on Drive yesterday, Kevin Hatchard thinks this could well be Arsenal's year.
They're the ones with the fewest question marks. Liverpool, I think Iraola is going to be great for them in the long term. I think there's a lot of adjustment.
But don't you think the fact they haven't won it is such a huge hurdle, mentally huge hurdle for them to get over?
Depends how much you value them winning that Premier League. I would say, normally I would say yes. In their case, I would say no, only because they came so close and I didn't think they played great in the final. I understand why they hung on in the way they did. But look, they took PSG to penalties. They were in the mix to win it.
Yeah, there you go. So it's Champions League.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
When you look at the draw, you think some of the ties. You think, wow, it's going to be.
It is. As much as some people don't like the format, there's some great ties early doors, Al, where usually if you get a group of 4, you know, it's pretty straightforward for a lot of teams. But now, I think supporters get better games to watch, don't they?
Yeah.
Early doors.
Well, we're going to talk to European football expert Julien Lorenz. He'll join us in around, half an hour's time? Something like that. We'll also speak to 10-time major trophy winner, brilliant, with Liverpool, Mark Lawrenson, ahead of Areola's first game at Anfield. And former Spurs manager Tim Sherwood will tell us if they can bounce back from that Brentford shocker last week. They take on Newcastle United tomorrow. Newcastle, that was a great game.
It was a really
Liverpool.
good game.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Now, though, the Premier League is back tonight. As Palace, they welcome Manchester City. Good game. Live and exclusive on talkSPORT.
And there is the full-time whistle, and the men from the Palace are crowned kings of Europe. Oliver Glasner walks away as a winner.
The last 2 years, 3 trophies. Fair play.
Because of how good they've been over the last couple of seasons, most of their players are in demand.
We know that when it's a transfer window, there's a lot of noise. Some of them are not really comfortable with this situation.
And it could well be game over here. It's Everton 2, Crystal Palace 0.
To be here during 10 years, the amount of trophies, an incredible emotion.
The target is to carry on in the same way of the last 10-15 years.
Josko Vardiol has won it for Enzo Maresca.
I think there'll be a steady improvement in City this year. Whether they're good enough to win the league again, I'm not so sure.
Yes, that's right. What a game we're in for tonight. Maresca got his City career off to a flying start last Sunday. Tough game, though, as they beat Bournemouth late on. But Palace were hammered up at Everton. Something that Palace won't be able to call on tonight is the famous Ultras, the Holmesdale Fanatics, as they've announced they will stop their active support inside the stadium. Whoa. In a landmark statement, they've called time on all the drums, banners and coordinated chanting, citing the pricing out of young supporters, legal pressure and relentless matchday restrictions. That's a shame, right?
Yeah, it is a shame, because I've been to Palace quite a few times and it's always, they get it going, they really do. It's a little bit like that Arsenal, they've cut them down as well. They've got a few behind in the clock end, I think it is. And it's a shame because they get the crowd going, and that's what you want. You want an atmosphere, especially being at home. You want, as a player walking out, you want to hear the fans getting right behind you.
Well, I don't understand it. Something happened.
Yeah, there might be stuff behind the scenes that you don't know about, but it is a shame because I remember going to Palace and it's always a fantastic atmosphere, always. So, but look, it still might be still. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, they certainly, when it was quiet in the stadium, they got it going, if you know what I mean now. So it's a shame that but there must be something, as I said before, behind the scenes that they don't like, or the Palace hierarchy don't like.
Yeah. City have completed the signing of 18-year-old Moroccan midfielder Ayou Bouadi. By the way, I'm pretty sure this guy played in the World Cup. He is some player.
Yeah.
Some player.
Young, but...
from Lille, young, but gets on the ball brilliantly. In an attempt to replace Rodri, who left for Barcelona, Boss Maresca doesn't think this boy's age will be a problem, however.
We need to go slowly because he's very young, came from different country, needs adaptation. So no rush for him. For sure he's going to help us now and in the future. But again, probably it's very mature, being just 18.
Yeah, just 18. Played in the World Cup, though. I'd chuck him in, I would.
Well, I think Enzo Fernandez wasn't in the squad last night, was it, Chelsea? So I think there still could be a little bit of a deal there, still Man City. That midfield, bolster that midfield up. But yeah, 18 years old, they're fearless at that age. Yeah. Get them out there.
Well, let's get more on this now and cross over to the Guardian's Manchester correspondent, Jamie Jackson. Morning, Jamie.
Morning, Jamie.
Morning, gents.
Jamie, look, I'm not going to argue with a manager of a Premiership side. Maresca says we'll go easy with him, but from what I've seen, this kid is some player. Great on the ball, always wants the ball, and very, very good when he has it at his feet.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what Maresca was saying yesterday. In the clip of the press conference he just played, I was obviously there. He kept on saying he doesn't look very young, as in, the way in which he is, not just as a footballer, but also as a personality, a character. He's got the temperament. I mean, as you're mentioning there, Al, you don't sort of play 6 or 7 times for Morocco in the World Cup, including the quarter-final, by the way, when they got knocked out at 18, unless you can play, especially in that position, right? Because, you know, you're in the middle of midfield traffic. You've got to have such a sort of calm head on you. And it's interesting. He also goes to university, so he's studying for a degree, this sort of thing. So, you know, the guy is switched on. And Maresca also talked about meeting his sort of his father, his family, the last sort of week or so. And so if you ask me, will he start tonight? No, but I'm pretty sure he'll be in the squad. He had to temper it, obviously, Maresca, by saying, you know, he's young and we have to be careful with him. But he suggested quite strongly that he will be in the squad. And why not? I mean, you know, as he also said, Enzo Maresca, the lad is fit. He's still been training with Lille. So, you know, £85 million is the most expensive a British club has ever paid for a teenager. City don't get a lot wrong in the market. They do get some wrong, but everyone does. But, you know, they obviously believe in this kid. And it's an exciting signing. Whether you're a fan of City or not, we want to see this, though. We want to see, you know, talent, stars in the making maybe come to our league and see how they go.
Jamie, I've got to ask you about Mamouche. Was you surprised that they let him go to Spurs? Because, you know, if Haaland did get injured, look, he doesn't get injured too often, but they haven't got a lot of backup up front, have they?
It's a great question, Ray. I am surprised. What I would say is that they're in for a couple potential replacements. They like Gakpo at Liverpool and NDI. Iliman NDI, the Everton sort of wide forward. So, but you are right, because for me, from what I've seen of Marmoush, he can do. I mean, I know Gakpo plays up front a little bit, but Marmoush is quite a good centre forward. Never mind a sort of wide forward. He's got a lot of pace and he's got an edge to him. Yes, and you know, he's quite sort of lethal. He's got a cutting edge. So I am surprised. I suppose what they would say is that Marmoush wants to go, and they never stand in the way of a player. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand necessarily why you're getting rid of a player to replace that player with, you know, I don't know, those two players I mentioned, are they better? I'm not so sure. So yeah, you are right, Ray. So, but I think they will get a backup.
Yeah.
So just a quickie before we talk United, Gay moving to midfield again. That surprised me when I see him play there.
Yeah, I mean, as Maresca would say, I mean, it surprised me. I did the game and I made a little bit of a match report for The Guardian, but as Maresca sort of said afterwards, they're looking, you know, for solutions while Rodri's gone. And I mean, Anderson also played as a six. I mean, it's interesting. He equalised Gay, so it worked in that regard. But there were moments, and of course, there's bound to be when, you know, in a sort of midfield position, he had a clumsy touch and looked a little bit out of sorts. But, you know, it's high-end football, elite football. And I think overall it worked because they did win, but it was a late win, you know, the sort of 2-1 win, sort of last gasp. Gavardiol scored the winner. I don't think that this will last too long. And I would say, I think we're all doing this anyway, let's have a look at Anderson this season, because it's a big chance for him to sort of come in and basically run the show, I would suggest, you know, now that Rodri's gone. So can he do it? Will he do it? Let's wait and see. So far, good signs. I thought he was good in the World Cup, but, you know, of course, Rodri is irreplaceable. He's, I would say, a one-off. Arguably the best six we've seen in the Premier League era anyway. But yeah, Gay, I don't think is, you know, Maresca says he gives us another option. I think he does, but it's more of a stopgap option.
Yeah. Just a quick one. And Manchester United have to bounce back after the whole result. Ipswich, good result against Sunderland. So it's an intriguing game. United have to win this.
100%, Alan. And I've got to say, over the years of covering United, this is a sort of game, before their own crowd at Old Trafford, where you could see them losing, you know. And if he was to then have lost Carrick to two promoted sides, obviously they lost at Hull on the opening day, then we all know what will follow. Hopefully, you know, if you're for a Manchester United persuasion or someone who covers the club, they will win. But let's wait and see. It could be a little bit sticky.
Yeah. Jamie, enjoy the games. Thank you.
Cheers, Jamie.
And we'll talk about European Champions League again throughout the programme this morning. Some cracking games for the likes of Manchester United. Right, the Guardian's Jamie Jackson there. A reminder, coverage of Palace City, that begins at 7 p.m. here on talkSPORT. Kick-off 8 o'clock, of course. Coming up, we'll discuss whether this has been one of the worst weeks ever for Scottish football in Europe, following European catastrophe for Celtic and now the Gers.
I saw Martin doing his interview afterwards and covering the players. It was an appallingly cowardly performance from Celtic.
Cowardly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the goal that really started the rot was an unforgivable error from one of their players knocking it back into the space where the guy can just run in and score a goal, which brought them back from the dead, this team. And then to concede goals directly after half-time, you wonder what managers say to these players at half-time that makes them so unresponsive that they go and concede a goal. But I thought it was a dreadful performance. And all this nonsense about, they might have got lucky in the first leg. I didn't hear that narrative being spun out when they won the first leg 3-0. All of a sudden, people are saying, well, they got lucky in the first leg. They did have a lot of shots on goal, this team. Their expected XG was 3 last week, but they didn't score 3. They scored 0.
Yeah.
And in this instance, you look at the performance and you go, what Martin taking the blame for it. This is not about Martin O'Neill. This was about the players on the field. And they didn't buy this player. They sold £36 million worth of players and they only bought in £32 million worth of players. And the players that came off the bench didn't look like they had the wherewithal. It should never got to the stage where extra time came to play and the players that came off the bench look all lost. They were just cowardly. They were 4-0 up in a Champions League qualifier with the game done. They hand them back an initiative by giving them 1 goal, and then they absolutely capitulate.
Yes, yeah. Cowardly.
But I mean, I know that will be extra, that will be lifted up and maybe quoted somewhere else. But you can't think of any other word. Now, Martin can do all the best he wants. Now, Martin will be privately seething and sitting there and realising that the players have let him down.
Fuming.
But what he will do as an old school manager is deflect from the players and make it about himself. There's nothing about what Martin O'Neill did on that pitch that could legislate or on the dugout or what tactics he set up that can legislate for a capitulation of that order.
Yeah.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT and Visit Victoria, could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for 2 to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Coming up 19 minutes past 7, this morning's papers are dominated by news that broke yesterday regarding the finances of former Liverpool defender and Sky Sports pundit Jamie Carragher. talkSPORT's Nick Ellaby explains the situation.
How does a Champions League winner with Liverpool and an experienced TV pundit end up in this position? Here's what we know. Jamie Carragher says he's taking appropriate steps to resolve an unpaid tax bill of between £700,000 and £800,000, first reported by the BBC. HMRC have issued something called a bankruptcy petition against Carragher. Essentially, this is a court application asking for the right to take someone's assets off them in order to pay off a debt. HMRC say they only do this as a last resort. A spokesman for Carragher has said this private matter should have been resolved sooner, and it's understood it will not proceed any further.
There you go.
Don't know the ins and outs, so there's no point talking about it.
Well, I think a lot of ex-players got done for the
film
partnership scheme, which was terrible, really. And all the people who got them into it all disappeared out. They've had their commissions and whatever, and then they got out and they leave you in the lurch.
They'll say that at the time it was
and
the laws
have
broken.
changed.
They've changed the laws, but
that's what they do quite often.
I think, Ray, in this life, I suppose you get away with some things, but if it looks too good to be true, it's normally not.
Absolutely right, Al. And I'm sure the players now, with the money they're on, they've got really good, close people around them trying to.
But we're not saying, by the way, we're not saying that's Jamie's problem.
No,
we don't know what it is.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not. It's horrible to see some players who have to go into that. But Jamie's fine. He's all right. He's on Sky and he's a good lad. So he's sorted it out. Don't worry about that.
Right, time now for another coffee break. Ooh.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Coffee's you having now?
So there's no point greeting in it. Just get it down you and move on, Rangers fans. If you're just waking up this morning, you're out of the Conference League. Czech Republic side Jablonec won on penalties to progress through to last night's playoff. After Celtic's humiliation against Lask on Tuesday, Scottish football has a serious problem. Former Scottish FA Chief Executive Gordon Smith explains why Scottish football is in such a bad place.
It's very difficult to know where the money is going to come from because Scotland doesn't have any this type of money that even England has in terms of from the TV and all that sort of thing. It's much, much less. Rangers and Celtic have got a lot of money compared to the other clubs, and Celtic in particular were looking very good. Last night was very, very crucial defeat for them because that was them. They were going to lose. They're now going to lose about 50, 60 million pounds because of the defeat last night. So it's not just about the money. It's also about the development of players and such. I mean, a lot of the clubs that come on and don't have the money either and develop their players internally. We're not developing as many players these days as we should. You know, you look at most of the Scottish teams, and a Saturday comes along, a match day comes along, and you're finding that there's very few Scottish players are in the teams.
That's the problem.
Well, I said that before, Ray. I keep going on about George's Park and George's Park. Scotland, you know, we've just been so slow reacting to get a proper young kids academy, you know, to bring the kids through. And all this rubbish about, well, no one plays football in the streets anymore, drugs problems, and everyone's got that. You know, everyone's got. I know I was going on about Glasgow a few days ago, and rightly so. But come on, there's a lot of kids. The talent is there. We just got to find it and progress with them and add a bit of, let's get a bit of investment in there. There's a lot of rich people in Scotland. Let's get the money in there and let's get the academy like England have done. Look has done for English football. Brilliant. So we've got to do it because it's not good enough. Our talent is there. And you look at Celtic Rangers, what's happened? Shocking, really.
Yeah, no, totally right. I mean, it's a system where everybody watches football. It's always on TV. Everybody wants to be footballers. I'm really flabbergasted that there's not enough people coming through the ranks. No. I mean, Scotland and Celtic and Rangers would be the main ones, but you might not be able to keep certain players because big clubs will come in for them, but you'll get well rewarded financially. You only need one good player, don't you?
Yeah.
To sell, and that could run the academy for the next 10 years.
Yeah, Jablonec, for context, they are 6th in the Czech League. 6th. After 6 games the new season over there, let's bring in the man who played over 150 times for Rangers, Andy Halliday. A very good morning, Andy. Morning.
How you doing, Andy?
Good morning, Al Ray. How are we?
Good, Andy. Disappointing. You know, not just Celtic Rangers. Look at the other Scottish sides as well. It's not good enough. You know, I look at the draws and the Champions League and the other European draws will come up, and there's a lot of money to be earned, and we have just blown it.
Yeah, sobering week for Scottish football, there's no doubt about it. Celtic, abysmal. Rangers, horrendous.
Yeah.
Hibs and Motherwell put up valiant efforts, but ultimately fell short, and then Hearts were the only real shining light throughout the week, where I thought they put up a brilliant performance over in Austria, but for the rest of them, like I said, really sobering week. That's Scotland now down to 19th in the coefficient. We've went from 5 European spots to 4, and whoever finishes runner-up, instead of being in the Champions League qualifier, they're now going to the very first round of the Conference League qualifier, so we're miles behind.
Yeah. Andy, what is it? Is it the recruitment is not good enough? Is as Alan says there, is the academies not bringing enough players through? Because, you know, you look back in the day, I mean, the Scottish team, the Scottish national team, when Alan was around with Kenny Dalglish and Souness and all them sort of guys.
For that as well.
Where look, don't get me wrong, Scotland have got a decent, not a bad side now, but where is it down to the recruitment or academy?
Honestly, Ray, I think it's a multitude of things, and they two are major issues in Scotland. In terms of the academy up here, we don't have a bridge between under-19s football to first-team football. So there's no reserve league, there's no under-21s. So there's no actual proper pathway of competitive football for young players. Essentially in Scotland, if you're not first-team ready at 16, you're released. There's no bridgeway. You don't have under-21 or reserve football to fall on. And that also doesn't help that we're just bringing in a plethora of poor foreign players. Like he says, the recruitment that's bringing in, it's then giving up opportunities for young Scottish players. I also think that the standard of coaching in Scotland, I think, is nowhere near good enough. You look at, we've just been in the process of appointing a new Scotland manager, and no one can pick a Scotland manager to be put in the mix other than John McGlynn, who's done extremely well over the last 3-4 years. Whereas you look 10-15 years ago, if a Scotland manager's job comes up, there's about 10-12 good Scottish managers that are in the shortlist for the job.
Andy, what about, you mentioned Derek there. What's he thinking? You know, after that season last year, it could have ended up brilliant. It didn't. But Hearts still had a big year. And Derek really got them players going. He then brings in Tuti Ibrox, which I thought were good signings. I really do. As yet, it hasn't happened. And he must be banging his head against a brick wall saying, what is happening? Why are we struggling here?
Yeah, they're toiling. There's no doubt about it. And last night's performance was as bad as I've seen Rangers in Europe. It really was. Because with all due respect, Jablonec were a poor side across both legs. And Rangers could only muster one shot on target throughout the 120 minutes yesterday. Yeah, they were absolutely abysmal. There was no movement, there was no control, there was no aggression. Nothing about them was front foot, and that's what I associate Derek McInnes's sides with. Front foot, organised, aggressive football. Rangers aren't even that at this moment in time, and there's been questions about the recruitment, the players, but I think after last night, there's no doubt that Derek McInnes is going to face some tough questions this week.
I keep hearing Stevie G's name mentioned again, Stevie Gerrard, but look, at the end of the day, we got to give him a chance here, but I suppose, is Aberdeen next for Rangers? And then those two Celtic games coming up they're always vital in Glasgow, aren't they, in Scotland, but these two, for Derek's sake, are crikey, it could be see you later after two of them, if it goes wrong.
Aberdeen at Pittodrie, followed up by Falkirk away, then Motherwell at home, and then a double-header against Celtic. So the games are coming thick and fast, and Rangers need to, they have to produce a performance and a result where you don't actually see it coming. That's my thing, Al. I talked about Celtic being humbled, and I thought they were abysmal as well on Tuesday. I've no doubt Celtic will react with a performance on Saturday against Falkirk. I can't see Rangers reacting with a performance or result, because we're now 7 games in and they've only had one performance to show for it.
And here's me at the start of the season thinking this is going to be a 2-horse race, it's going to be tight. Crikey. It may still be, I don't know, but Rangers start, I agree with you, Andy, horrendous. And Ali's shaking his head as well, McCoy's, he said last night was just, he says he couldn't bear to watch it, it was that bad.
Yeah, I used the phrase last night, it was a different sport I was watching. I didn't even feel like football. There was nothing about it that was entertaining, and like he says, it's not what Rangers fans expected. I think over recent years, Rangers fans have went out with a lot of hope and expectation because there's been a new manager, there's been a new influx of players, there's been investment. But this was almost the no-brainer for Rangers. This was the manager they'd wanted for a number of years. They've spent what is it now? Is it about 30-40 million worth of players over the course of the summer, and they've been let down again by absolute dross on the pitch.
Yeah,
Andy, I couldn't disagree with you. Well done, Andy Halliday there. Andy, great to talk. Thanks,
Andy.
Have a good day,
mate. Guys.
Andy Halliday there. Right, so where does Derek go from here?
With the dressing room, Noel. After games, which you want him to tell the truth, but you've got to be careful when you're having got players.
There's a balance, isn't there? You can't let them get away with it.
No.
Sometimes you got to get into them.
You do it behind closed doors, though. Sometimes.
All right. So there'll be no Rangers in the draw, but you can hear the rest of Britain's European fate, including Celtic, in today's Europa League plus Conference League draw as well. Again, for context, Ray, Jablonec were 5th in the Czech League last season. 5th. 25 points off Slavia Prague, who won the league. They're 187th in UEFA rankings. 187th, just what?
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Look,
You
I was getting pelters yesterday, but
oh no, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, as I said before, you want a good Scotland Saints team.
Yeah, but look, 187th in the UEFA rankings, a few spots above the New Saints of Wales and Lingfield of Northern Ireland, the Rangers of Northern.
It's getting worse, Al.
That was all thanks to Costa Express. Lovely.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Emmanuel Petit joined the station yesterday and spoke on the difference that he could make to this Liverpool side.
On the left flank, this guy can make so many differences. And this is what missing as well with Liverpool, the speed, something that can be fast, running with the ball, that can not scare, of fighting against defenders. And this is exactly what they are missing at Liverpool. They have good players, but they need, modern football is based on the fast players, who can make this decision within a few seconds, can make differences, with the ball. And I don't think many players, at Liverpool actually for that.
Well, he's right, Gabby, isn't he? Oh. I mean, it's not all about pace, but I tell you what, nowadays, if you
pace kills, Ali.
Oh my goodness!
Come on.
Well, you know better than MD. You know better than MD, mate.
Pace kills, Ali, and Liverpool would be interesting how they set up now, Ali, with Barcola in the team, because they could half in certain games, Ali, sit back a little bit,
Yeah.
Bring the opposition out and Barcola on the counter. Ooh.
I agree with you. However, I think that'd be very, very difficult to do for any Liverpool side at Anfield.
Yes,
because I'm not
more
sure
away from home.
The fans just, and quite rightly, encourage them to go and attack, and have been used to that for years and years. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it'd be very difficult.
That threat though as well, Ali. Just having that pace. Like Sean says, it scares defenders.
Of course it does.
You're okay. Right side centre half's got to squeeze over and double up on Barcola. You can't leave him 1v1. He's ripping any defender in the Premier League 1v1. He's unstoppable, Ali. You can't be quick and tall and long strides and everything. He's a different animal.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure. However, Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed.
$7:35, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Ray Parlour, and Arnold Clark. Now it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now yesterday's Champions League draw did not disappoint. Let's hear how it all unfolded right here on talkSPORT Drive.
Back to Erling Haaland, left-footed shot! He's picked up the corner!
Oh my goodness. PSG, Barca, Sporting, Porto, Napoli, Leipzig.
That's horrible.
I'm fascinated to see how they get on. It almost feels like a rebuilding. Arsenal have got Real Madrid at home, Bayern Munich away, Dortmund at home, Real Betis away, Lille at home, Napoli away. On paper they look incredible, but Kev, talk to me. Give me a little bit of hope.
Tricky, but I'd expect Arsenal to be top 8.
Villa are going to be getting their hands on silverware.
PSG at home, Barca away, Dortmund at home, Fenerbahce at home, Galatasaray away.
This is about Aston Villa testing themselves against the best teams.
Bruno Fernandes tries his luck. Oh! What an extraordinary goal!
Bayern Munich at home, Atleti away, and Roma. Oh my goodness, at home. I think United fans will be unhappy with that.
It's not great.
Liverpool are the next big team. Atleti at home and Inter away. They'll be playing Porto at home, Fenerbahce away.
Andoni Iraola will be pretty pleased with that.
Ray, just hearing that again there. Arsenal's group is tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Crikey.
Not easy.
Real Madrid home, Bayern away, Dortmund home, Betis away, Lille at home, Napoli away. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah, but you've got to play the best sides, Al. Really looking forward to a Real Madrid game coming to the Emirates. That should be a cracker. Bayern Munich away is always tricky. You know, Harry Kane again. You always think of Harry when Bayern Munich's mentioned. Dortmund home, you expect probably Arsenal to beat Dortmund. Betis away is not easy. They lost to them, didn't they, in pre-season? So yeah,
them home games at Arsenal are built.
You win your home game.
You love going to Emirates. You're even going today. Why are you going today?
Oh, no. I'm just going up there for a little party today.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
stag night.
Yeah, stag afternoon.
Unbelievable.
So I've got to get warmed up after, Al, with you for a bit. Well, no, you can't, but I can.
Yeah.
But I mean, Arsenal. Look, they know they're going to play some good sides, whatever happens. But they can't. They've got to fear no one. You just got to go out. I know it's Real Madrid, it's Bayern Munich, but just go and perform. And they had a great record last year, didn't they? In that group stages, they didn't lose against them and come top of the.
Well, looking at it, is it PSG's to lose again? Can anyone stop the European giants Paris? Let's get into the European football expert, Julien Lorenz. Julien, morning.
Morning, Julien.
Hello, guys.
Fantastic. What are some of the ties, some of the groups we've got here, Julien? What do you reckon? Let's look at Madrid first of all. What do you make of PSG's group?
Yeah, I think there's some tough games there. There's Barcelona again. Obviously, I think it's the 14th time they will play each other since the Qatari took over. 14 years ago or so. So we get used to it. We had a Barca PSG game last season in the league phase already. So those are great games. I like the Arsenal Bayern Munich almost like rematch from last season. Remember, Bayern came to the Emirates and Arsenal won that game. This time it would be at the Allianz Arena. So this should be fun. And again, for all those top teams, you've had the two teams they face from pot one, who are the toughest team. After that, it depends who you got. But I think I don't see any problem for Arsenal through that draw, to be fair.
Now, PSG, sorry, Ray, I was just going to say PSG. It looks as if they'll be without Barcola. It's a lot of money, Julien. 120 million we're talking about here. Are Liverpool getting a bargain, or are they paying too much?
I think it's probably a bargain. No, for sure, not at that price. Nobody's a bargain at that price. That's what PSG wanted. It's €100 million, fix, plus 20 in add-ons. I think those add-ons will probably be triggered at some point because I expect him to do well for Liverpool. 120 million is a lot. If he doesn't work out like Wirtz and Isak so far. It's not that much if Barcola helps you get in the Champions League or the title. It's always the same, right? Time will tell if you've overpaid or if you paid the right price or if you've underpaid. There's an amazing player there. We've seen it in the last 2 seasons, especially in Paris. There's work to do in his finishing, in his decision making at times, and his end product. But at 23, he's 23 now. He's 24 next week. His birthday is next week. At 24, I think the sky is the limit because he's got so much pace, so much skills. He's learned a lot with Luis Enrique, especially in terms of work ethic and work out of possession in his pressing and counter pressing. So he will fit Iraola's style so well. It's just, can he make the step up between Ligue 1 and the Premier League, obviously, and how long will that take?
Yeah, Julian, I've got to ask you about at the English clubs. Do you think Manchester United probably got the hardest draw?
Yeah, I think Villa as well. Villa, for me, have a tough draw considering everything that happened in the summer. But yeah, we look at United now on the screen. For a team that obviously hasn't played there for 3 seasons, for Michael Carrick, who's played there obviously as a player, but never coached in the Champions League. You've got a few tricky games, but then again, I think for me the most difficult things for United will have to be those like 3 games a week, basically Premier League a weekend, then midweek Champions League, then Premier League again, because we saw Carrick doing really well last year when he took over Amorim, but he only had 1 game to prepare all week. So all those training sessions were pretty easy. You could work exactly on what you wanted before that game at the weekend, prepare for the opposition style. Now it's very different. There will be no time for training at all. You'll be preparing, recovering, and that's difficult. So let's see how they deal with that. But I thought Villa's draw was the toughest of the 5 English teams.
So Julien Barcola, they're 24, but what about this young kid who really took my eye in the World Cup, Guardi from Lille? He looks a top player, just 18. Incredible.
Yeah, incredible. He'll turn 19 next month, in the beginning of October. But you're right, Alan. It was, I think, a lot of people, because, and I can't blame you for it, not everybody watches Ligue 1, but we've seen him now for the last 3 years in the league, doing really, really well. He made his debut at 16 and a few days for Lille's first team. Then remember 2 seasons ago in the Champions League, on his 17th birthday, he bossed the game against Real Madrid in the Champions League, and Lille won that 1-0. He was outstanding for a 17-year-old playing against Luka Modric and all the Real Madrid Champions League holders at the time. Midfielders, by the way. It was incredible. If you expect him to be Rodri straight away, if you're City fans, of course, that's not going to happen. The kid is only 19. But he's got everything to get to that level very soon. His off the ball work and qualities are so good. He needs to work on his passing range for sure, especially the long range passing. But he really is a wonderful talent. One of the smartest kids I've ever met. He's still studying, by the way. I think he will stop studying now, but he had his A levels with like star grades, and he continued after that. He's really smart, great kid, great work ethic. I don't think anything can go wrong for him really at City.
Yeah, good. Just like one last one, Julien. Marseille, who's the danger to PSG in France this year? Is there a danger? Marseille, could they pick up again?
Yeah, I think they can. Al, they need to sell players first, and there's not many days left before try to strengthen a bit their squad. But yeah, the question is who will finish second. I think Lens pushed PSG quite well last season. They will be back again there, even without their manager from last season, Pierre Sage, who's now at Crystal Palace. I think Lyon have some potential for sure, especially if they keep Malik Fofana. I think there's Marseille, there could be Monaco and Philippe Luis, the former Chelsea left-back, who's now their coach. So there's a few really good teams behind PSG, but it looks like PSG will dominate again. But the rest would be very interesting to follow.
Will they strengthen, just quickly, PSG? But with Barcola, if he does go to Liverpool, will they get a replacement?
Yeah, so they already invested in Ferran Torres, the Spanish World Cup winner, former Barcelona
player.
Scored
already,
as a kind of a number 9, They've got Mikel Goss, the young Belgian winger from Ajax. But I think they will look now at trying to replace the pace of Barcola, because a lot of the wingers they have is ball to feet a lot. With Barcola, the great thing was he could take and run into all that space in behind when needed. So they need another profile like that. So I think they'll be looking at that.
Julien, thank you.
Thanks, Julien.
Have a nice day.
Thank
you very much.
Julien
Lorenz, ESPN journalist, French football expert. Coming up in the next hour, we'll get Tim Sherwood and Mark Lawrenson as well. Liverpool in for a big year. And Tim, of course, Tottenham after a poor start. And Villa, of course. Tim was at Villa It'll be interesting what he has to say about how their future is looking over the next, say, 6-8 games. Right, coming up, 7:45.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
So he was shouting, apparently, Allez l'homme, go Olympique Marseille, which of course is like putting oil in water when it comes to Lyon fans. They absolutely detest Olympique Marseille and they detest Guendouzi, and they showed that in their reaction. Simon, who's more at fault in these flashpoints though? Ferreira, the goalkeeping coach, reacted in a big way, and that led to widespread scuffles. Is it the provocateur, who in this case is Guendouzi, or is it those who take the bait? In this case, the Lyon fans, the Lyon players, and the Lyon goalkeeping coach.
Well, there's degrees of responsibility and culpability, but Guendouzi is the fire starter. Guendouzi's behaviour, as it was when he played in this country and decided that he could run around a football pitch telling everyone how poor they were in comparison to him, which ultimately got him shipped out of Arsenal.
Who did he tell that how much he earned? Neil Maupay of Brighton. Yeah.
And I think it was Wenger, wasn't it? Just about enough of him and out and said that.
It was Arteta.
Was it Arteta?
Yeah, he did enough of him.
Sorry, it was Arteta who binned him off. And here he goes again. Now, people are responsible for their own behaviour. So everybody is culpable, and everybody in terms of the professionals on the field, the players, and the support staff that have got involved, it should have a consequence for it.
Yeah.
But he should have the primary consequence, because without his provocation, without his antagonising nature, without his ridiculous over egging of the pudding and baiting and inflammatory, the fans are not professional footballers.
Here's that. Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Ray Parlour. A bit of Blondie for you there, and that's because we're still on a mission to get hold of Super Ali.
Oh, poor Ali.
Where is Super Ali? Where is Mr. McCoy's this morning? Right, what do we know this Friday morning? Well, as you've just been hearing, Rangers and Hibs are both out of Europe. The Gers beaten in penalties by Jablonec in a penalty shootout in front of a few trees behind the goal. Oh, steady, Alan. Better news, though, for Brighton. Brighton, who returned to European football for the first time in 3 years, putting 4 past the Norwegian Tromsø to claim a Conference League spot. The draws for the Europa League and Conference League today from midday on talkSPORT. And Spurs just to confirm the signing of Omar Marmoush from Manchester City. Former Spurs and Egypt striker Mido had he say.
They got someone in Omar Marmoush that is a top professional and a great finisher, and also I think he will add strength from a mentality to the squad.
Marmoush, I think, it's a decent player.
Yeah, very good signing.
Interesting. Spurs are having a go, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've got him on loan, haven't they? And they've got a chance to buy him at the end of it. So it probably deal suits both parties. I was a little bit surprised that Man City let him go, if I'm being honest, because as I said before to Jamie, they haven't got a lot of cover up there.
Man City's first game, I'm not saying they were lucky. I'm not saying that, but it was tough.
Well, they showed signs that they've got a bit of character, though. Other teams would have lost that probably because Bournemouth are a decent side. But Gay scored. He missed a sitter as well. The header. But then he got scored again. So look, Man City's going to be. I think they'll have a good season. Man City. It's all on Haaland. He'll bang the goals in. We know that. He'll probably be top goal scorer, wasn't he? Who'll be nearest to him? João Pedro.
I like him a lot.
I think he's a decent player.
I like him.
João Pedro.
So I'd say yes, Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, 7:52. Never mind Blondie. Let's have a bit of this. Okay, Angelina's back with us. Angelina, morning.
Good morning. So, talkSPORT's Predict 6 is back, where you can make 6 selections for a chance to bag a massive £50,000 all for free. Alan and Ray, we are going to put you to the test and get your selections for this huge second week of the Premier League. So how did you get on last week? Let's have a listen.
Because you had a bad day. Brentford versus Spurs. I need
2-2.
I'll go 1-2.
Spurs win.
Brentford 3, Spurs 0. I think this is probably just about game over.
Correct score from Liverpool's trip to Newcastle on
1-2 again.
Sunday.
I'll go.
I've written down my scores and I've gone 1-2. I think Liverpool can nick it.
And Donai Iraola escapes with a point. Finishes Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2.
Chelsea travel to Fulham. I need the correct score.
1-2 again.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Chelsea now lead by 3-1 away from home at Fulham.
I've got one right.
It wasn't all a disaster, though, because you both got 2 selections correct. So
it's not easy.
Al, you picked 2 teams to win correctly, Ipswich and Brighton.
Yeah.
Ray, you correctly picked Everton as a team to win.
Yeah.
And João Pedro, you were just mentioning as the first goal scorer in Chelsea's win over Fulham. So it wasn't a complete write-off.
Well, it's not easy, the Premier League.
It's not. Well, we're about to try and do this again, so hopefully we can improve. But for this week, first up, you need to choose 2 teams to win from the select list of games. So we've got Bournemouth against Everton on Saturday at 3 p.m. Also Saturday at 3 p.m. is Coventry against Hull. Sunday at 2 p.m, Chelsea versus Brighton. And at the same time, it's Leeds versus Brentford.
Yeah.
So you need to choose 2 teams to win from the select list.
Easy peasy. Bournemouth to beat Everton.
Yep.
In a tight game. But I'm loving watching Bournemouth. And I'm going to go Leeds to beat Brentford.
Okay, Ray.
Okay, I'll go the other 2. I'll go for, I think, Coventry. I know they lost the first game against Arsenal, but this is the sort of game they've got to win, being at home. And I think Chelsea have started well. Brighton are a good side, though, but I'll take a chance with Chelsea as well.
Okay, very good. We'll lock that in. And next up, we need the correct score for Spurs versus Newcastle tomorrow at 5:30. We've obviously got Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy on the game day phone in for that one. But what are we thinking score-wise?
I think Spurs absolute start of the season, first game you thought, dear, oh dear. I think this is different. Newcastle were, I thought Newcastle were unlucky, played really well.
Yeah.
And yet I'm going to go for a Tottenham home win.
Right.
I think Tottenham can win this 2-1.
Ray, what you say? Because Newcastle did surprise, didn't they? A lot of people have written them off. They looked good.
I think there was a lot of emotion there, wasn't there?
Oh, it was amazing.
Kevin,
Brilliant.
And that was probably the fair result for Kevin looking down. But I think Spurs possibly could win. But I'm going to go. I think Newcastle showed a lot of spirit for the weekend, so I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay, 2-2. We've locked those in. We now need the correct score from the Alan Brazil derby. We've got Ipswich's trip to Manchester United on Sunday at 4:30. The correct score. Don't upset me with this one.
Well, I was talking the other day. I was with Terry Butcher and Russell Osmond. We spoke about we went there to Old Trafford and beat United. This will be tough. You know, United against Hull, very poor. Ipswich played well against Sunderland. But United have to win this, and I think they will. I'm going to go 2-0.
Ray, what do you reckon?
Well, look.
Oh,
I've got 2-0 down Star, which is in our local pub, the Rose. So I'm going to stick with that as well with Alan 2-0.
There we go. That makes me very happy. So thank you very much.
Ipswich, there's a bit of togetherness there, and
I don't think it'll be easy.
I think home games will be vital for Ipswich this season. A lot like all the promoted teams, home form's got to be good.
Yeah, completely agree. Finally, on Monday, Aston Villa versus Arsenal, I need the correct score and the first goal scorer, please, gents.
Oh, I think, Villa. I've no confidence at the moment in Villa, so I'm going to go an away win. Arsenal. I think Havertz. I'll go Havertz.
What score are we going for?
I will go 1-3.
Okay.
I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who's going to score? Let's take a chance. Who's going to have it? So I'll do someone different. I'll go Saka.
Okay, that of course is live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Regarding Arsenal, I wanted to ask you quickly, Ray. Julian Alvarez.
Yes.
A lot of drama going on regarding wanting the move to Barcelona. He's at Atletico Madrid. Could he end up at Arsenal? Do you want a player at Arsenal
that
wants to go to Barcelona, though?
But I'm going to go like the Vinicius Junior scenario. I'm not going to get too excited till he's having a picture done with an Arsenal shirt on. So they're out there. They're trying to negotiate. It's not ideal because it sounds like he does want to go to Barcelona. But have they got the money to buy him? Probably not. But the only way out for him, because we saw what happened with the fans at Atletico,
booing him at the weekend,
really turning on him. Whether he says, look, I've got to get out of the club somehow, Arsenal might be my only option, then we'll have to wait and see.
He'll score goals at Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a top player, Al. And I think the position I'm looking at Arsenal, they definitely need another forward, if you like. And it sounds like Gyökeres could be going the other way.
Yeah, that's been reported, hasn't it?
That's been reported. Whether that's true or not is another matter. But
give him another season. That's a bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it'd be interesting to see what everybody be a few last-minute buys, I'm sure. Lots of clubs will be interested. But Alvarez will be certainly a good signing for us. If they can get him, what sort of money as well? I don't know what sort of money we'll go for.
Well, that's it.
100 plus, isn't he? It's got to be.
Yeah. Well, you've completed that. Well done. 6 selections could land you at home a whopping £50,000.
Tricky games.
You're still opposite to us, me and Ellen, and you've got a chance.
Just make sure that you head to talksport.com/predict6 and make your entry. That is talksport.com/predict6.
And if you do win, I'm coming out with you for a party.
50
Overbombs all round.
Overbombs all round if you win.
50 grand. Go on, have a go. Angelina, thank you. Right, coming up, we're taking your calls. You know the number, 03717 223344. 03717 Chelsea fans, we want to hear from you. Do you think, do things finally feel serious again under Alonso? I think Chelsea are in for a big season.
So do I.
I've got to stop you there, right? Because I've heard this guff from you and Gabby today, all right? Going on about Spurs overspending, overpaying for players.
Whoa,
all right?
wait,
And I can't believe Crookie has got the cheek to come on here as a Man United fan and say that Belieber's a good deal at 70 million. He was guff last season. He didn't play.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet. Who has the better season?
You signed Anthony for 75 million. You sold Pogba for £100 million.
What's going on here? Why are you two falling out?
No, but
hold on, what's going on?
Because I keep hearing Crookie go on like Man United are doing good deals.
What's happening here? Why are you two
and
rowing?
Spurs are spending too much money on players. Like,
We'll have a
having a laugh.
forfeit at the end of the season, Jamie. Jason can judge at the end of the season whoever it makes more impact for their club, Belieber or Savinho. The loser has to do a show. You can do it in a United shirt. I'll
Hold
do
on,
it in a
Crookie.
shirt.
Savinho could score 25 goals this season, and Cundy will still say Belieber's at it.
Belieber's going to be the better player. Belieber's going to be the better player.
It's a pointless bet.
No, he will be.
I'm just sick to death of seeing Crookie come on, going on like Spurs, just because we've got cash to spend, right? And we're throwing it about, right? And everyone's getting yumper about it.
Hold on.
You know what you are, Jamie?
What's
you know
going
what Tottenham
on?
are? You know when you're a kid and you get your first Saturday job, right? It could be at a supermarket, it could be in a restaurant, it could be in a bar, and you get your first pay packet and you spend it in 24 hours.
What's wrong with you two? Jay,
Windows.
We've all done it, mate. Went out and bought Bentley with my signing on.
Jay, hold on. Calm down, you two.
What's your club or country's sliding doors moment? Its meaning originating from the 1998 rom-com of the same name, a sliding doors moment in football terms is simply a question of what might have been. An incident in a game where, had it gone the other way, would have altered history. For example, say John Terry had scored that penalty in Moscow in 2008. Chelsea would have been European champions and Avram Grant would have the biggest medal in continental club football to his name. It stands to reason then that he would have stayed at Stamford Bridge for a bit longer, meaning that Luis Felipe Scolari wouldn't have got a look in. Would he have done better than the World Cup winning Brazilian, who only lasted till February the following year? And could he have improved upon Chelsea's third place finish? And as for United, who won the title that season, would defeats in that Moscow final have led to Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the club for Real Madrid a year earlier? And would that have meant that Rafa Benitez's Liverpool won the Premier League instead of them? That's a pretty big butterfly effect, all from one missed penalty kick going the other way. And if you want to dig a bit deeper, there's plenty more that could have been affected. What if Anthony Knockaert had scored his penalty against Watford? We'd have been denied the Troy Deeney moment, sure, but might Leicester have gone on to win promotion to the Premier League earlier than scheduled? And would that have meant that Claudio Ranieri would never make it to the King Power? Would Arsenal or Tottenham, therefore, have been champions in 2016? The most significant sliding doors moment perhaps ever, though, was Paul Gascoigne, Wembley, June 1996. What if this had gone in? That golden goal would have sent England to the Euro 96 final against Czech Republic. 30 years of hurt could well have come to an end. There's so many of these moments that could have altered destiny forever. What if Shearer had signed for United? Would Lampard's ghost goal against Germany have kick-started England's World Cup back in 2010? What if Sam Allardyce didn't get bogged down in all that controversy and denied Gareth Southgate the England job? Does make you think.
Good morning, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, and Ray. New house, new car, party parlour. and Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings at Arnold Clark and find your next car today. You're cracking it at the moment.
I've had a nightmare. I just dropped my last segment of Tangerine. I dropped it down my shirt. I've got a big spot on it. Oh, no.
Thought you were chancing it.
Don't.
Now we're going to be joined live by the chunk. Mr. Jamie O'Hara will be forced tomorrow to watch Spurs Newcastle with Jason Cundy. Oh, dear. Safe to say, didn't enjoy last week's game day phone-in.
Do you hate me? What do you think? You're sat there, opening day of the season, you've got the Ange mask on. Of course I hate you. You're an idiot. Get me off air now. Get me off air. Someone, turn it off.
Oh, how's he missed that?
Like, come on. Right. No, don't be giving. I don't want to be hearing the violin.
13 minutes into the season, you get the violin.
I tell you what, though, they did get hammered as well, didn't they? I mean, I watched a bit of the game, and he missed a penalty as well, Thiago Silva. Could have been 4.
Jason's loving it, isn't he?
Oh, Jace is a classic, isn't he? He's quite funny. Jamie, look, he does get wound up, didn't he, with it? And
I think Jason's Chelsea in for a big
Chelsea.
season.
No, Chelsea. They've obviously got Martinez, who you looked at the goalkeeper last week, and he made a couple of. I thought that was a really good game to watch last week. Chelsea Fulham.
Yeah,
because Fulham had a right go as well. I thought I was quite impressed with Fulham, but Chelsea were very good. Cole Palmer again now. He's looking very sharp. I watched him last night. And
very sharp.
He wants the ball, and missing that England, and he panned in on Tuchel in the crowd last night, and he's probably thinking, oh, maybe I should have took him to the World Cup. Maybe if he played like that.
He won't admit it. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Tottenham Newcastle. Good game. Get your calls into the game day phone in with Jamie and Jason tomorrow evening from 5:30. Listen on talkSPORT or watch O'Hara struggle through Spurs Newcastle. I'm not sure they will struggle. We'll see. I think it's what an atmosphere. By the way, just talking about it before we go in. Newcastle have won more Premier League away games against Spurs than any other opponent, 13, and have claimed all 3 points in 3 of the last 4 visits to Tottenham. There you go.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, careful. Get your calls in to the game day phone in, Jamie and Jace. From 5:30, listen on talkSPORT or watch Jamie struggle through the game live on YouTube or Smart TV. We'll also speak later to former super featherweight world champion Barry Jones ahead of the mouth-watering world heavyweight title fight tomorrow as the boy Moses Atuma, I think he's fantastic, takes on Filip Hrgovic, and I don't think there's any change in what's going to happen. It won't go the distance. Atuma joined White and Jordan yesterday and said his only focus is winning in knockout fashion.
In my mind, I don't even see it as I'm one step away from becoming a world champion. In my mind, I'm thinking I was going to knock Filip Hrgovic out, because at the end of the day, even when I win that world title, it's like the grind don't stop, it still carries on. So it's not even about winning the world title, it's about beating Hrgovic.
Do you know what? A lot of people, and better judges than me, are saying this is a test. This by Hrgovic is good.
Yeah.
He's been in with the best. He said this is a test for. But I understand what they're saying. I accept that. But this fella is so quick and hits so hard.
Yeah,
I don't think it goes more than 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes. The experience and whatever.
But the speed he's got,
Thomas,
frightening.
Yeah, he looks a unit, isn't he? I know. Look, they're all units, but it's just that explosive, as you said. So I'm looking forward to that one.
So don't forget 7:30 on talkSPORT 2, okay, and the boxing YouTube channel before switching to talkSPORT at 9. Now, the Carabao Cup second round concluded last night. Chelsea beating Luton thanks to a goal from veteran striker Danny Welbeck on debut. Brilliant. Danny joined Chelsea earlier this summer and spoke to talkSPORT's Sam Matterface after the game.
Obviously really nice to score on your debut and, you know, get off the mark early. It was so nice to hear the fans singing my name as well. Really appreciate that. I've had a really warm welcome, been received well by the fans, by the players, by the staff, everyone in and around the club, and it's been really nice, easy for me to settle in. It's always nice to have some familiar faces around as well that I know from beforehand, but it's been a good start. It's only the start. Really looking forward to pushing on because it's an exciting project.
You talk about pushing on and the excitement around the project. It's 2 wins from 2. You've got a lot of players of a high quality, especially in attacking areas. As a forward yourself, when you've got players like Morgan Rogers and Cole Palmer and Estevao and Gittins and Neto behind you creating chances, how much are you encouraged by that? How much do you look forward to getting out there and joining up with them?
Yeah, it's really encouraging. You know, the quality that some of these boys possess it's outstanding. So, you know, to kind of build the connections on the training pitch every single day, and, you know, we play some games and, you know, kind of get an understanding of each other's games and where we like the ball being played, and just linking up on the pitch, it's really important.
Danny Welbeck there, great start, but great career.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what?
Loving it, absolutely loving it.
Looking at it, he played for Manchester United, Arsenal, there's at Chelsea, obviously Brighton.
Brilliant.
But I think everywhere, if he goes back to Arsenal, if he goes back to Man United, he gets a great reception. Yeah,
it's good.
So he's one of them sort of guys who people just love watching him, and he's as I said before, I've spoke to a lot of people at Arsenal behind the scenes and whatever, and he says he's a great guy. He's really good for the dressing room areas as well, and that's why probably Chelsea have invested in him to help the young players out as well.
Speaking of Chelsea, this surprised me, and I think you, Ray, as well. Breaking news reached us late last night that Chelsea have agreed a £7.5 million deal to sign Villa's World Cup winning goalkeeper Martinez. $7.5 million.
Yeah, no, I thought I didn't see the dot. I thought it was 75 million.
What's going on here?
Well, they've signed a new keeper, haven't they, Villa? And he was number 2 at the moment. But they're getting an absolute blinding deal there.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Yeah, I think Chelsea have got a really good deal, and you need a good goalkeeper. You need someone who's been there and done it, and he's certainly plays for his country, and he's been brilliant at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I think Chelsea, if you had a worry, if you're a Chelsea fan, it would be the goalkeeper. You know, watching that Fulham game, he made a couple of mistakes, and Martinez would probably go straight in, wouldn't he? Must do.
I think so,
because he's experienced now, and he makes some vital saves for Villa. So that for me, that's a really good deal for Chelsea's point of view.
Right, the Premier League All Access podcast is now available ahead of the weekend's action. This week's episode, Sam Matterface, Little Sam, Alex Crook, and Troy Deeney discuss Andy Irola, Andoni Irola's first Premier League game at Anfield. Now, Savio, can he rediscover himself at Spurs, and how Manchester City's new look midfield will work under Maresca? Will Gay be in midfield again? Here's Troy and Sam discussing Liam Delap's big money move. He's gone to Nottingham Forest, and why the striker needs, to get off to a good start and have a big season.
You mentioned Chelsea selling Delap. I mean, they probably could open a bookstore. They're becoming the best sellers, aren't they?
He needs to have a massive year this year. Just look at the international landscape. Ollie Watkins looks like he's moving to the Saudis. Ivan Toney's already out there, both in their 30s. Harry Kane is 34. There's a massive gap then between who's next to take over the English striker position. He's a front runner. So you've got to learn now to deliver week in, week out, handle the expectation of a Forest crowd, and also tidy your game up, because this manager is going to let you know if you're not playing well.
It's an opportunity.
Liam, when I think England strikers, Liam, in my mind, doesn't come into it yet.
Not yet, no.
No.
But obviously, Chelsea took that big chance, a big gamble to see if he could step up. Didn't really work out for him. Didn't play on a regular basis.
Like a goal.
Had a couple of injuries as well, didn't he, at the time? But now he's got a new lease of life. He's got a chance, and he could go there and start banging the goals in and get a bit of confidence. You know what it's like, Al. It's a confidence game.
50 million,
especially if you're forward.
Hope the Forest guy, the fans don't look at that 50 million. Because that's just normal now.
No, they get right behind him, and
I hope so.
Any striker is going to be worth money. And how they look at it, Forest, is because he's such a young man still. you know, if he does crack it, he's suddenly going to double price again.
He's a game boy, puts himself about. Has he got the quality and class, top level?
He's got a look.
Very top level, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you got to give him a chance though.
Yeah.
He didn't really get much of a chance at Chelsea, did he? It's always going to be difficult to keep him in for a run of 3 or 4 games in a row, probably. But maybe at Forest he can do that.
Okay, find out how much seagulls are costing the economy. I'm not talking about Brighton here. I'm talking about seagulls, birds are costing the economy. And everyone's favourite Friday feature is Balamore.
It's a win, Chaz.
Yeah,
but it is Charlton. Come on, that's not going to be the measure, is it? We're not going to find out too much about Spurs against Charlton.
No, we won't. But it just shows what the EFL Cup meant to Charlton.
Yeah,
they made 10 changes.
Yeah. Well, they were underdogs, and they went into it, and I suppose they're thinking, listen, we're not going to win it. Let's make sure, because promotion is the most important thing with Charlton. Like I said, unbeaten so far, so they're very much in the hunt for that promotion race. 03717 22 33 Charlie Austin. I'm Jason Cundy. If you've been to a game, tell us what you've seen, tell us what you've heard. Let's go straight to the lines. Let's go and speak to Trev, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Trev?
Hello, Jace. Spurs are back.
Spurs are back, Trev.
Spurs are back. Definitely.
No, yeah.
Honestly, tonight, I know it was Charlton.
Trev, drop me out, mate.
But it's 5-1.
Trev.
Jace.
Trev.
5-1.
Trev.
Savinho,
Trev.
Well, lovely.
Trev.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
5.
Take the win, right? Go home.
Jace,
and go to bed. No, it's fine. The Spurs aren't back, Trev. Come on, mate. You lot were an absolute disgrace. No, you're not.
Wait
Chaz,
till Saturday,
No,
Dave.
you
You're
chaps,
gonna see
chaps,
a
all serious.
different Spurs side.
All right, so chaps, a different Spurs side from what we see Saturday evening, which was the same old Spurs. Then you've just beaten Charlton reserves / under 23s, and now all of a sudden Spurs are back. I don't see it.
Chaz, just wait until Saturday before you comment any further, please. Because honestly, you've got to give us a chance.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. You definitely saw it then.
Listen!
No!
Guys! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
No.
That was embarrassing.
Ballamore.
Whoa.
Ballamore.
Whoa.
What's the story in Ballamore? Would you like to know?
Yes.
What's the story in Ballamore? Where would you like to go? Story time, you know.
Whoa.
Ballamore.
What am I doing here?
Thanks for tuning in. What's the story in Ballamore? Would you like to know?
Yes. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Ray Parlour. Oh yeah, Ray's been flicking through the newspapers and has stumbled over a story about rats with wings. Ray.
Yes, this is flying food bandits. So our swooping scumbag seagulls are nicking, guess how much? 171 million.
Rubbish. Absolute
171 million
rubbish
of grub from Brits every year.
Rubbish.
More than 7 in 10 Brits have had food stolen or targets by the beaked thugs. Chippy chips being the number one target. Now, I know you've had a bad seagull experience.
Yeah, well, Albury and the Suffolk coast is beautiful. There's a great fish and chippy at Albury. They queue all the time to go in. And you get your chips, go round the back on the seafront, and there they are.
There they're waiting.
The birds. Alfred Hitchcock, the birds are just waiting. Oh, here's another sucker. Look, he's got cod and chips.
Oh, lovely.
And they're there, just waiting. As soon as you sit down, you start chatting, you take your eyes off them, whoosh, down they come. Boom. Messerschmitts.
Yeah. What you've got to do, though, I told you, you've got to put tomato sauce on your chips. They don't like tomato sauce.
Oh, here you go.
Don't like tomato
the biggest
sauce.
ones I've seen? Oh,
they're big.
Llandudno.
Yeah.
North Wales. They are vultures.
Oh.
I mean, I've never seen birds as big.
Well, they must look at kids more, can they? Are they intelligent, seagulls?
No,
they're clever.
They're crafty. I wouldn't say intelligent, they're just crafty.
They get down, they see a little kid holding some chips or an ice cream. Ice creams or more chips?
Nah, I think you're watching too much telly, Ballinor. No, it's chips. They're after
chips only.
They're after the food. But, oh, God, talking about birds, I've got a family of buzzards.
Yeah.
And red kites.
Yours is like a wildlife. You can sit on your little balcony. Fantastic. You see all sorts going past.
And they come really close now. They come swoop down low. Yeah. I was worried about Hugo, but he's like, bring it on.
He can't be bothered now.
Oh, no, he's
chasing them.
He chases the pigeons. He hates the pigeons.
Yeah.
Blackbirds, robins, leaves them. Pigeons he hates. Yeah.
We've got a couple of little robins. They're lovely, aren't they, robins?
Yeah.
Huh? But they're always on their own, aren't they?
Do you know they're nasty?
There's always two. Is there two?
They're nasty.
What, robins?
Robins
are they?
Robins in the garden are probably they are nasty as you like. You go near any birds go near their property, no matter how big, the robin will attack.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, what about that?
Only little, aren't they?
You know that lovely picture in the snow.
So you'll have a robin to beat a seagull up.
Yeah. I think a robin could kill a seagull. It gets stuck in his throat. Right, let's get the latest odds. Here comes Coral and Simon.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Morning, Simon.
Morning, Simon.
Good morning. Lovely hearing you talk about the birds. I've got to say, here in leafy Surrey...
not your bird again.
No, we won't talk about my bird.
Oh, yeah.
Every morning I look out the window, and we have loads of green parakeets.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah.
They're like inner city gangs, these parakeets, scaring the magpies away and the pigeons. I think a couple of parakeets were let loose years ago, and they've bred, and they're so dominant. They're absolutely everywhere.
Well, they're dominant south, aren't they? When you get past London, I'm not sure they are. But down south...
You're saying the parakeets are southern softies.
They are.
They can't go past Watford Gap, is that right?
Oh no, yeah, honestly, but they're a bit of, someone says they're a bit of a nuisance. There's too many.
They are, absolutely, yeah. Well, I think they just seem to be outperforming the local birds in their ability to breed.
My only concern at home now is magpies. We'll get too many magpies. I don't know where they've all come from now, and they kill the songbirds, so I don't like it. But what do you do? What can you do with them?
What do you do with them?
Bird expert.
I've gone through.
It's a problem. It's a problem for talkSPORT to solve.
Well, I've gone through about 5 tennis rackets. The strings keep bursting, so I've got to stop it.
Well, what can I say?
Right, on to football.
Yes, should we talk Champions League? I mean, obviously, you've been looking at the draw, and it's that balance, isn't it, between... I mean, Arsenal have the toughest draw, but that's what you want as fans, isn't it? Those great European nights against big sides. Whereas Liverpool, I think they've probably got the easiest draw, but with the fans look at it and go, fans, without being disrespectful, missing out on a couple of those marquee games. So,
but the problem is, Simon, I think it's getting the balance right. You play your strongest side every Champions League game when there's a big Premier game coming up, or can you risk playing one or two of the squad players?
That's why I always say, Simon, it's hard for a Premier League side to win it because the Premier League is so competitive. Competitive. Look at Hull beating Man United. That probably wouldn't happen in France or Germany, would it?
Yes, they could. I think that's right. There's a view that's right. The players have to play 100% less in Europe than in Premier League, maybe to perform. I mean, there's odds up on the screen for those watching. Looking at the overall betting, a Premier League winner. Arsenal obviously came close last year, is 13-8. So one of the 5 Premier League sides to win. Yeah. It's quite interesting that of the top 8 in the betting, 4 of them are the English sides, albeit Arsenal. I mean, there's only half a point between the top 5. 5-1 Arsenal, 5-1 PSG, 5-1 Real, and 11-2 Barcelona, 11-2 Bayern Munich. And then it's Liverpool 9, Man City 12, and Man United 20. So I think optimistic about the Premier League teams doing well.
13-8, that's a teaser.
Is that a teaser?
I think so. Yeah, because
a teaser or a teaser?
Well, you Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Jose.
Oh, I know.
Paris, of course. So it's not easy.
We make them 2-7. I mean, very short, 2-7. All 5 clubs, including Villa, United, as well as the big 3 to qualify for those knockout rounds, which of course most of them do. Yeah. So it's
that's further on. What about Friday night? Palace City.
Good game. Obviously, Palace got off to a defeat away from home. They're at home tonight. They're 7-2. Man City 4-6 after that win against Bournemouth. 3-1 the draw. Haaland's 10-11 to score at any time. Mateta 5-2. Would you see City proving too strong away from home, guys?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a tight one, but I've gone City to win.
Yeah, it is tight. And you won't be there now. The Ultras are banned at Palace, Simon.
Do you know what? I never get invited to Sellers Park. I live down the road, which is a bit of a shame.
What about Wrexham against Birmingham in the Championship?
Yeah, exactly. So these been sort of the Hollywood derbies. There is a big rivalry between these two clubs because of their owners, with Ryan Reynolds and Wrexham, Tom Brady, Birmingham. It's Wrexham are favourites. They're at home. They're 5-4. It's 5-2 the draw. 2-1 Birmingham. Both clubs have drawn both their first 2 games in the Championship. Wrexham fared better last season, just missing out on the playoffs, whereas Birmingham faded last year. But real tight game. Key that one of these sides get 3 points. Obviously, we're the betting partners of Birmingham, so we will be rooting for the Blues tonight. But a cracking game, and hopefully, Coral now on the shirt front of Birmingham for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Exciting. We have our logo on the front. So, yeah, I'll be cheering on the Blues, but it should be a cracking game tonight.
And Simon, racing this weekend?
Yeah, so you were mentioning seagulls, and actually, bizarrely, I can agree with you both. I've been to Llandudno, and the seagulls are monstrous. Yeah. But my daughter did have her 99 flake nicked by.
I told you how they like ice
cream. So Ray's right.
Wow.
but anyway, here's the segue. The Celebration Mile is tomorrow at Goodwood. Zavateri for my friends, the Mariscottis, is the favourite at 2-1. But the second favourite, trained by Hugo Palmer, who we sponsor at the Manor House Stables, is Seagulls 11, owned by James Milner and friends. Of course, it's a syndicate put together by James Milner. A lot of the Brighton lads, some of whom have left Brighton since the horse was purchased, runs tomorrow. Good chance. 4-1.
They got a horse going to the Breeders' Cup. Did I read the other day?
Yes, I think they have a 2-year-old. Is that right? Who I think they're aiming at the Breeders' Cup to one of the juvenile races. I think you're absolutely right. They've got quite a few horses with Michael Owen and Hugo. Oh, actually, Michael Owen's documentary Meet the Owens is out tonight. Actually, on one of those. Which apparently is Michael Owen tells me is very good because he's seen it. But, he would say that.
Who's in it?
Michael Owen and his family. And listen, we've also got a Coral Racing Club horse running at Fosslas. Never been to Fosslas. Deepest, darkest South Wales. It's not that dark. I'm sure it's lovely. But Catalyst runs in the 420. Big outsider. We're hoping she can win her first race. She's knocked on the door a couple of times, but she's quirky. She's a mare who sometimes puts her best foot forward, sometimes doesn't. We're hoping today will be a good day, but she runs in the 420.
And how is 9 till 5 John Hills? How is he? I've not spoken to him.
John Hills, listen, well, I don't think he'll be working the weekend, obviously. He's very disappointed about poor Dolly. But he'll be back. He'll be back next Monday when he's working.
I forgot. Did Rothschild get off to a winning start?
They lost.
They lost. I haven't kept close
this weekend.
Tabs. Yeah, I know me. But no, I think listen. He's accepting the fact it's going to be a tougher season this year, having got promotion. But John's an optimist at heart. You know that, Al. He'll be cheering him on to the bitter end.
Brilliant, Simon. Thank you,
guys.
Thank you. Simon Clare from Coral. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+. Gambleaware.org. We'll
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Michael, where are you with Isak at this moment? I just think that particular penalty, Szoboszlai was always taking it, and likes of Isak had far more to lose than he had to gain by taking that penalty. But where are you with Isak at this moment in time? And he looks to me, he obviously had big injury problems and all that stuff. The move was well documented. You know, Newcastle fans are unhappy. What's it going to take for him to get playing with a regular confidence and show the ability that we know he has?
Well, I'm not sure about you, Ali, but I had plenty of injuries in my career, so I know how hard it is to get back, and you do need a bit of time. And everybody's given him time and understood that, but then he's sort of finished the season, then he's gone to the World Cup, and now he's had a pre-season, and you just think, okay, now we're starting to run out of excuses. We need to start seeing the real Isak, and we know how good he is. I mean, wow, we saw him for Newcastle. I mean, he's absolute class. But we haven't seen it for Liverpool just yet, and I think, you know, questions will come now. As I say, always give him the benefit of the doubt in the past with Liverpool, but at the start of this season now we're expecting, and Liverpool absolutely need him. They've lost Salah, Ekitike's out, there's not that many options in attacking areas. They absolutely need him to be on top form. Yesterday he was far from it. I thought he was a yard off, and that's worrying. But so was Wirtz. I thought he was really quiet as well. So, you know, it wasn't the greatest performance for Liverpool. They actually did well to scrounge a point in the end. But obviously he's the big money signing. He's headline maker, and I can't say he played well, because he really didn't.
Here are some of the best sledges in Ashes history. Let's start in 1933, Douglas Jardine versus Yabba. Jardine, the notorious captain of the Bodyline series. Yabba, some bloke in the stands who became so famous he now has a statue at the SCG. When Jardine was swatting away flies on the boundary one day, Yabba yelled, "Oi, Jardine, leave our flies alone. They're the only friends you've got." Next, Warne versus Strauss in the Edgbaston Cauldron 2005. Strauss shouted, "Come on boys, he's struggling here," when Warne misjudged the delivery by Ashley Giles. Warne then told Strauss, "Say one more thing to me and I'll hit the next ball for 6. Strauss obliged, and Warne walloped an enormous 6 over square leg. Night-night, Straussy. Bowler Jimmy Ormond dealt a stinger to Mark Waugh, brother of Steve, in 2001, when the Aussie all-rounder told him he was nowhere near good enough to play for his country. Ormond replied, "At least I'm the best cricketer in my family." Tough. Wicketkeeper Ian Healy issued one of the great lines after Steve Waugh told Ricky Ponting to field right under the nose of Nasser Hussain. Healy remarked, "That could be anywhere within a 3-mile radius." Poor Nas. And then there's Dennis Lilly on Geoffrey Boycott, who he beautifully described as a man who fell in love with himself at a young age and has remained faithful ever since.
25 minutes to 9, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil Ray Parlour, and Arnold Clark. The perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Ray, I meant to say to you.
Yeah.
We're talking about Havertz, Arsenal, and we're saying out there we think Chelsea are going to be a serious threat this year. Havertz's goal, he's finished. For any kids listening, his goal against Coventry, the way he just stroked it into the net, his timing.
Yeah.
Didn't panic.
No,
didn't try and blast it.
No.
Just kept his eye on the ball, and just let it come to him, and he just stroked it away. Beautiful finish.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a really good pre-season, Havertz, and that's why he's starting in front of Gyökeres at the moment. And all he's got to do is keep scoring goals, and he'll be straight in that team, won't he? But what I like about Havertz, he's a player that he does give his all. If you look at him, his presence, Al. He's 6 foot, probably 4, isn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that. And he's got the presence there, and he knows the game. He can be a little bit nasty if he needs to be. He's got that in his game as well.
Most top players.
You've got to have that little bit of nastiness as well, in a nice way, if you know what I mean. But it's a situation where he knows the competition for places as well. Gyökeres wants to start, but Havertz. It'd be interesting if Alvarez did get bought and signed, whether he would go straight back into that team. But Havertz is a good finisher, Al.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, from North London, from Arsenal to Tottenham. And it was in quite the summer for Spurs, who have seriously spent the dough.
Tonali with another drive. Oh, what a goal! Sandro Tonali took that brilliantly.
Comes back to Matheus Fernandes, who unleashes a rocket into the near corner.
They have spent a lot of money, right? A lot of money on players. And I looked at the starting 11 and thought, how have you spent so much money and it looks like you got worse?
Here comes City on the charge again, towards the edge of the box. Here's Mamouche, first time shot, brilliant goal! Omar Mamouche! Palace half of the field, he feeds it into Savinho, slips it into the far corner, it's a delicious assist from Cherki, and a lovely finish from Savinho.
We'll have a stronger squad than Liverpool and Aston Villa. And Man United. If we sign Savinho and Mamouche, we've got a stronger squad than them 3 teams.
Okay, 8:38. Interesting. Arsenal. I'm looking at some of the sides are strengthening. I still think Liverpool will be up there as well. But definitely Chelsea and City. City have got to be up there.
Oh, that's why it's such a great league, Al.
Oh, no.
It's competitive, and everybody's trying to get one over on the other teams and try and buy players in. Barcola's going to be a great signing for Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
With his pace and something different for him. Maybe then Gakpo leaves Liverpool, I don't know.
I like Gakpo as well.
So, it's such a great league, and players are coming and going, and everybody's trying to up the game again. Arsenal trying to up their game. Man City are, and that's why it's brilliant. And Spurs and put their money where their mouth is and bought some really good players.
Well, we're going to talk about a team spending a lot of money, a team that are not. Tottenham's summer spending has shown at what has now clicked to over the £350 million mark after a double raid from City. Savio and Marmouche both arrived. Delighted to say John is now former Tottenham and Villa manager Tim Sherwood. Tim, morning.
How you doing, Tim?
Morning Al, morning Ray. How are you, Ray?
Yeah, all good, Tim. Yourself?
Well, how well does he look? Alan?
I know.
He's like young Sean Connery there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
amazing.
Something's coming here. Tim, it's interesting. Spurs, I'm glad they got the result against Charlton and Villa. But Spurs have spent so much. Villa are the opposite, aren't they? But Tottenham, let's look. They've got this double raid from City, Savio and Marmouche. I think they look on paper very good signings.
Yeah, I mean, they spent the money. I think Tottenham have always spent the money, but they've never done it like this, Al. Never spun this early in the window. And the players they want to get out of the club, they've got rid of and pretty much give them away as well with Spencer and Romero. So they've done the business very early. I've obviously listened to the manager. He's getting what he wants. And he's obviously going to take it on the chin if it don't work out, because he's put himself under pressure to finish in Europa League minimum, I would suggest. But I like him. I think he's capable of doing it.
Yeah, as you rightly said there, Tim, I think they've got the right manager now. De Zerbi, what he done at Brighton was really good. I like he's ruthless, isn't he? He don't like, if you're not doing your job, you'll be out of the team, and he ain't scared to let people, not scared to leave people out. So I think that's why I think Tottenham could be. I know it was a poor result that first game, but if you look at the players who started, I think there'd be a lot more players coming into that team and certainly be stronger.
Oh yeah, it'd be a different team to that Brentford one. Well, it has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that team ain't staying up in the league. So no, it'd be the big players will come back from injury, and the ones they're signing. But it's encouraging that the club are just letting the manager get on with it. I can think of a lot of old ex-managers who would love to have the investment what this man's getting. You know, they're really helping him out. You know, they're splashing the cash left, right, and centre. So. They need to, you finish in 17th in a couple of years on the spin, you're going to need to spend the money, and that's exactly what they've done.
Now, Tim, what about the Villa? I joke with Gabby, but I'm worried about Villa this year. Lost a lot of key players this window. Martinez is next out the door for peanuts, but Nicholas Jackson coming in for around 60-65 million. I don't see that as a great signing, personally.
Yeah, well, it's just the ones they've let go. It's pivotal to the success they had last season. And if you're like the likes of John McGinn, who's like such a consistent performer there, and Matty Cash, must be looking around the dressing room thinking, what's happened to our team? Do I need to jump ship here? And as much as it's a fantastic club and a hugely supported club, it's a brilliant football club. Sometimes as a player, you've had that experience of winning Europa League. You think we're going to kick on from there. But what has happened? I just don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. Obviously, the financial restraints that the club is under. But it's not healthy, and certainly not healthy for the Villa fans who were on a massive high at the end of last season.
Yeah, it seems a shame. What about, let's look at, I was down at Portman Road last week. We got a win against Sunderland, and it's imperative Ipswich win games like that for the teams that are around them. Some people think Sunderland are going to struggle a little bit. But what about Coventry? Coventry get thumped at Arsenal, but they take on Hull City, who were brilliant against United. For me, this is one of Coventry and Hull's biggest games of the season. You know what I mean? I get the teams that you're going to be fighting come the end of the season, who stays up and who doesn't.
Yeah, we normally a month or two in before the teams will come up and won a football match, but two of them have done it. So Frank will want to be beating Hull, that's for sure. I mean, to be honest, you couldn't get a worse start, could you, away at Arsenal? Yeah. So it's going to be difficult. Whoever went there, Arsenal would have beat. I think the Premier League is poor. I think the competitive nature of it is very, very good. But I think there's one team out there on their own, and that's why it's so wide open for teams like Tottenham to finish wherever they want to finish. If they can put a little run together, get the confidence going, there's no reason why they can't be pushing for Champions League spots rather than Europa League, but certainly Europa League. And at the bottom of the league, like you say, Al, it's just going to be a dogfight. But it won't be just the three of them.
No.
There'll be there could be 10 of them involved in this.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. There's some teams who are going to play on a Thursday where Europe's come a little bit early for them. And haven't got the squad to be able to cope with it. So it'll be interesting, really interesting. Like I say, it's a compelling watch, the Premier League, but I think quality-wise, and no wonder Ray likes it so much, because it's always great when you've got the team who are like head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah. What'd you make of Chelsea? Done a bit of business as well. Alonso, it looks like they've got no European football, have they? So they're going to be nice and rested every single week.
Martinez, good.
And if you look at Cole Palmer now, I mean, he looks a different player this season. You look at Joe Pedro, who's a top striker. You look at Rodgers, who's come in, who's going to best mates with Palmer. It looks like it's a good little unity down there as well. So I think Chelsea fans will be very excited about this season.
Yeah, I mean, they should be. I mean, with that front three, I think João Pedro's an excellent player. He's probably one player who could go into Arsenal's team. Cole Palmer, if he can keep this form going, then he's a sensational watch, isn't he? I always liked Rodgers. I think he threatens the game all the time. He's always looking to penetrate. I just think their midfield area, they're going to be weaker without Enzo Fernandez. I mean, they couldn't keep that boy. He's had to go. But they're going to need to strengthen. I think they've got good players in there. I think Reece James is a sensational player. But defensively, I don't think they're good enough. It's going to help with Martinez going in there. Of course it is. But I just think defensively, they're not going to be good enough to be able to challenge. I think, they'll be up there. There'll be a lot of teams and they'll excite their fans, which is encouraging for the Chelsea fans. But I don't see them winning it.
No.
Tim, always a pleasure. Thanks, mate. Talk later.
Right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Take care.
Tim Sherwood there. Right. Mark Lawrenson coming up the tick as well. We'll get Mark's thoughts on Liverpool, of course. But first, still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
10:45 on Boom Radio. Alan, yeah, why are we playing that? Exactly. We're playing that because the Crystal Palace Ultras, the Holmesdale Fanatics, are withdrawing their support for the club, citing the pricing out of young supporters, legal pressure, and relentless matchday restrictions. Palace fans, we want to hear from you. What do you make of the situation? What restrictions? What's happening here? I always thought it was great down at Palace.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Will the atmosphere suffer at Selhurst? Get your calls in now. 03717 223344. Plus, Sahara, Jamie is ready to watch Spurs alongside Jason Cundy live on air once again. Find out from the man himself shortly. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder, and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
All right, Gabs.
Gabby.
Jamie, what you on about,
Of the
mate?
Villa.
You're just jealous, mate. I've been hearing you all day.
What are you on about?
You're talking guff, mate. Just because you're jealous.
What are you on about?
You're jealous.
How can you finish 17 2 years in a row and spend half a bill?
Because we got the cash, Gabs.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, mate.
See? Jealous.
It ain't fair, Cundy.
No, I agree. Do you know what? I agree with Gabby on this. I totally agree with him.
No.
This has got no. I'm not.
Win the Europa League,
I'm not picking.
and we can't flipping spend.
I'm not picking sides. I'm telling you now. Villa and Newcastle should be able to spend.
Cry me a river.
No, 100.
Cry me a river.
Jay, listen.
Thank you, Cundy.
I totally agree with him.
Gabs,
totally agree with him.
Stop crying, mate.
Jamie.
Stop crying,
Totally
mate.
agree with him.
Stop crying.
Jamie.
Gabs.
You're signing rejects from Manchester City.
Good players,
is
mate.
unwanted. Savino's a reject. Robertson's a reject from Liverpool, not wanted anymore. Conor Gallagher's a reject from Atletico Madrid. Spurs are signing rejects.
Hold on a minute. You sold 5 of your best players. All right, you're absolute guff this season. Oh, the rules! Oh, the rules! I thought you was a big club. I thought you was a big club.
Well, we are a big club, but
you're
the
not,
rules
though.
don't let us.
You're not, though.
Because you
Can't
and
spend
your
any money.
cartel, top 6, you and Cundy, don't want Villa in there.
Don't bring me into this. I want nothing to do with this, Gabby.
Mate, keep you out of it. Only big boys allowed in the top 6, mate. You're not big. You have to sell your best players. We don't have to sell our best players.
17th, right, and go and spend £500 million.
Because we're a big club, Gabs. Stop whinging.
Of this sport.
Try and pick up a belt. Try and pick up a few belts, eh?
I'll throw him out of the ring.
Monstrous right hand, and down he goes. He is fabulous.
minutes to 9, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Crikey, you're servicing that Bentley must be about $4,000, Ray.
No, Alan. No, it's quite expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's quite expensive.
Is Sue Ellen like it? She'll be.
He's all right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's loving it. Isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Right, what do we know this Friday morning? I tell you what, here we go. Rangers gaffer Derek McInnes was left mortified and, quote, embarrassed that his side failed to qualify for the Conference League after a 4-3 defeat on penalties to Jablonec from Czech Republic. In the Champions League, City will face former player Rodri with his new side Barcelona, and old flame Kevin De Bruyne at Napoli. And talkSPORT understands Saudi side Al Hilal and Arsenal finalising a transfer for Martinelli, a reported fee over £15 million. A medical is pending with the winger set to leave the Emirates. For his age, Ray, I didn't see him going there.
No.
But clearly, money talks.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got no problem with people going there when they're older. 32, last payday, absolutely brilliant. But he's got so much to offer still. Champions League. And how many people go to Saudi and just get forgotten about? You know, I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, but Ivan Toney, do you know what he does every week?
Do you think you'd get that? Let's say...
I know he got in the England squad, Ivan Toney, but...
Do you reckon, let's say our age, all right, you're a lot younger than me, but let's say 60, right? When he's 60, do you think he'll look back with 60 million in the bank? Or would he think, I wish I'd have stayed
but how much money do you need, Al? How much money do you need? That's how I look at it.
Everyone's different, Ray. You know, I thought... Well, it
depends on your lifestyle and all that.
50 million. What's the difference between 50 million and 500 million? 50 million, you can almost have anything you want.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. And you've got to be happy. You've got to be, look, maybe he goes to Saudi and he's really happy and his family love it. I don't know. But I'm just worried that it's a short life being a footballer. You want to try and play at his top level.
He'd have a few mil already.
All day. He'd be on good contract now. Yeah. But with players like that, I remember the first one who really sticks out in my mind was Oscar from Chelsea when he went to China for big money, but he just disappeared.
Yeah,
we never talked to him about him again, and I loved him when he was at Chelsea. He was a brilliant player to watch, and I think people just go missing and when you go to Saudi and people like that. Don't get me wrong.
Well, maybe he's fed up at Arsenal. Just thought, right, I'll go and take some money and just chill. Well, not chill out.
But
chill out.
I think he's only 24. Isn't he 24, 25?
Maybe he thinks he can go there for 2-3 years and then come back and do something.
Maybe he does that. But do you lose your bit of form out there? I don't know. I really don't know. It's just, the standard's probably getting better. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. But is it up to the European level yet? Probably nowhere near, is it? So I'm surprised with that.
Nah, well, good luck to him if he goes. Good luck.
Of course. He's a great lad as well. He's a nice guy.
Right, tomorrow, Liverpool take on Forest. They come to Anfield in Iriola's first home game. It's our Saturday lunchtime exclusive here on talkSPORT. I'd like to say we're joined now by 10 major trophy winner with Liverpool. Mark Lawrenson joins us. Laurel, morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Morning, guys. All good?
Very good, Mark. Just a quickie on that. You know, talking about Saudi, such a young player, a young man, Martinelli. Look, he's going to be minted, probably is already, but even more. Is that a waste at that age, Mark?
Do you know what I think? Lucky bugger.
Yes.
Yeah, but will he look back in it?
It'll be a stroll, won't it? Well, you can always do some, reverse it, as it were, couldn't you? But if that's what he wants to do, it's what he wants to do, you know.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer, really, Mark, is there?
Is what? Sorry.
There's no right or wrong answer.
No,
because it's down to him to say, well, I want to do that. I want to earn some money. Or if he didn't want to go, then he don't go. Simple as that.
Well, as we know, boys, he's going probably because his missus probably wants to go, isn't it? Sunburn. Think of the suntan she's going to get.
Wait she gets there. She might change her mind. But anyway.
Well, that's true.
Mark, I've got to say, at Newcastle, Liverpool for Kevin was magnificent, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think about him now and I kind of wail up a little bit because such a nice bloke as well. And you won't find anybody who said, didn't think much of him, Kevin Keegan. He was just fantastic guy, fantastic.
Yeah,
I was with him. Yeah, do you remember we had them speak and he was great. He was very nice to you and me.
Mark, I was with him at the England-Croatia game, the first game, and he looked fantastic. I said, Kev, you look brilliant. He went, I'm feeling good. So it just shows you that, you know.
Did you know who you were?
No, he did. Yeah, he did manage me once, Kev, in England. So, but he was top man. I mean, he was a great manager to play under, especially with the England shirt on, definitely.
So, Mark, what about Liverpool then this season? I think Liverpool. I'm still worried at the back through the centre. Yeah. But I think going forward, I think Liverpool are in for a real good season. I do.
Yeah, because of the way that the manager wants to play as well. But he's going to have about 4 or 5 top strikers, so that's good. That's going to be interesting. But I'm a bit like you as well. I mean, unless they shut the back door, they're going to concede a lot of goals, especially with what they've got at the moment. But it's going to be fun, as you rightly say.
Yeah.
Barcola's coming in, it looks like, as well. Yeah. He certainly strengthened the team, wouldn't he, Mark?
Yeah, most. I mean, the signings that they made, you looked at them and thought, wow. The thing is, where they going to fit everybody in? I mean, that's a big thing. But it'll be interesting tomorrow. I mean, the punters already they like this guy because they're going, you know, this is going to be good because obviously the guy before him was a little bit, shall we say, dull. And football at Anfield will not be dull, I can assure you, in the next 10 months.
Gakpo, would that be a blow if he was to leave? Cody Gakpo?
No, I don't think so. I think they could cover for him, but most definitely. My worry is that, you know, defensively, you know what it's like, boys. You got to shut the back door and then let the guys go and play. So, but I'm just looking forward to the way that they're going to play as much as anything.
Yeah. But I was talking to Alan earlier about quick players, and he mentioned Alan Hansen, and you played alongside him for many years.
Well, we're talking about pace. He was a lot quicker than what people thought, Mark, wasn't he?
Who, Al?
Jockey, yeah, when he got going.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. That's long stride, didn't he? Absolutely long stride. Not that he got going too often because he was playing with a fag on, to be honest with you, as we know. But, big, long stride. But as he got older, he read it and just thought, what am I running down there for? I might just kind of sit here and watch everybody play.
Brilliant. What about, I was reading, was it the Telegraph, Mark? You were talking about Match of the Day, and Alan Shearer's had his thoughts as well. Yeah. It has changed a lot now. It's not the same for now.
No, it's not. It's not the same, and it's unfortunate for the people who are now doing it as well. And I think, you know, the BBC are actually making it quite harder as well. It's everything comes to a stop, doesn't it? Really, when you think about it. And if you said like 5 years ago, Match of the Day's in danger of not actually being out on air, you go, yeah, of course it would. But it may well be. It may well be. And where do you watch your football? We watch it everywhere, don't we?
Yeah.
It's on everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And there's no that those days of waiting up till 10 to 11 at night and all that kind of stuff. They are well gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, great to talk to you again. Thanks,
Mark.
Enjoy the rest of the season. Thank you. Mark Lawrence and I can't remember down at Brighton as well. They had some players down at Brighton. Tony Grealish down there. Big Fozzie and Mark together. I
remember
Michael Robinson, who's gone up front.
I remember the FA Cup final against Man United, wasn't it?
Smith must score.
Yeah, and obviously the replay they got
Gordon.
The late Ray Wilkins scored.
Oh no,
backer.
Yeah.
But I think it was 4-0 the replay. You have replays in
the Goldstone ground. The pitch was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can't remember if I played there. I might probably did do. Yeah.
Good side. Mike Gatton's boy is
Withdean.
Was
it the Withdean?
No. It was first.
That's where the running track was ran.
Withdean was after the Goldstone.
I tell you what, they've had a roller coaster ride.
Jimmy Case.
Jimmy Case. They've had a roller coaster ride, really, haven't they? Brighton fans. Brilliant. I mean, they've been right low, haven't they?
Yeah, brilliant.
Right low, and they've got themselves back up now, and they're a brilliant club now.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Mark Lawrence, thank you for that. Right, coming up, Little Sam coming up. Barry Jones will talk boxing, and the Chunk will get his spat with Jason Cundy. We'll find out more around 9:30. Right, coming up 9 o'clock on the Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT.
they were set a target by Celtic. That win should have been enough. And I know personally my football club has lost a 4-goal lead in the first leg before. So it can happen, and you really build yourself up. If you think you can do it, you get yourself there. And Lask have obviously had those meetings, done that work, done those trainings, and they've got themselves a victory in the tie and gone through. I think what this says about Scottish football is really important. And let's face some facts here. Celtic are below the New Saints of Wales, Shelbourne of Ireland. They're behind La Fiorita of San Marino in the rankings in Europe. The Austrian League is ranked below the Scottish League, and yet Lask have just beaten Celtic. And Lask have got no real European pedigree or history of success. So how has this happened? I think you've just got to go back to the end of last season. Scottish football is eating itself. Every season it happens, and last season it happened worse than ever. Hearts showed some smart thinking, some common sense to build, to do something a bit special, to do something unheard of. And what happened was Celtic panicked, took a huge step backwards by appointing Martin O'Neill, no disrespect. And yes, they won the title, they won the cup and all that, but at what cost? At what cost? I look at Rangers took the Hearts captain and top scorer Shankland. They're wasting his talent at Ibrox. Rangers have had a European mayor. Hearts collapsed out of the Champions League before the end of July. Celtic an embarrassment. I think the clubs in Scotland need to take more responsibility, work together to save the future of Scottish football, to save themselves and the Scottish national team as well.
More green jackets have been lost at the 12th than at the Augusta City Dry Cleaners. Rory McIlroy knows this better than most. But what is Amen Corner and why is it so iconic? The famous sequence has always been there since the Masters began in 1934. It didn't get its name until '58 though, when American sports writer Herbert Warren Wind, on the left, wrote, "At the farthest reach of the Augusta National Course, down in the Amen Corner." He drew inspiration from the 1933 jazz song Shouting in That Amen Corner by the Dorsey Brothers. The reason behind its difficulty is all in the sand and the water. Tournament officials don't even bother to count the balls lost in there each year, such is the sheer number. The 11th, named White Dogwood, is a downhill 520-yard par 4 with a pond to the left of the green and a bunker to the right. Both cause a lot of trouble each year. The 12th, Golden Bell, is perhaps the most famous hole in the world, with danger everywhere. Many aim for the flag, but look, get it even slightly wrong, and you're in the azaleas at the back, or the bunkers at the front, or even worse, Ray's Creek. Or you can play it safe and aim for the open green on the left, you chicken. Tiger Woods once said, if you make 4 bogeys from Thursday to Sunday, you're doing well. And the highest ever score on that hole? 13. It's a par 3. Tom Weiskopf in 1980 was the sorry soul. Often the iconic Ben Hogan Bridge is the only thing players enjoy about Golden Bell. Even if you escape there unscathed though, you met with Azalea, the dogleg par 5 13th. It tempts players to go for the green in 2, but cut over those trees on the left at your peril. Every year, it seems, Amen Corner destroys someone's dreams. Rory McIlroy dropped 3 shots through here as his round unravelled in 2011. In 2016, a year after navigating Amen Corner expertly, Jordan Spieth shot a quadruple bogey on the 12th to throw away his green jacket. I mean, it sounds like my game, to be honest. So who'll be the next to be brought to their knees, praying for mercy after Amen Corner?
Good morning, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Ray Parlour, and Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. Right, still to come between now and 10. We'll talk Spurs with Jamie O'Hara. Can we expect another of his classic meltdowns during Saturday's phone-in show as Spurs take on Newcastle at the same time? Or are they coming back? But now it's the second weekend of the Premier League, and as always, talkSPORT will have you covered starting tonight at Selhurst.
And there is the full-time whistle, and the men from the Palace are crowned kings of Europe. Oliver Glasner walks away as a winner.
The last 2 years, 3 trophies. Fair play.
Because of how good they've been over the last couple of seasons, most of their players are in demand.
We know that when it's a transfer window, there's a lot of noise. Some of them are not really comfortable with this situation.
And it could well be game over here. It's Everton 2, Crystal Palace 0.
To be here during 10 years, the amount of trophies, an incredible emotion.
The target is to carry on in the same way of the last 10-15 years.
Josko Vardiol has won it for Enzo Maresca.
I think there'll be a steady improvement in City this year. Whether they're good enough to win the league again, I'm not so sure.
That's right. talkSPORT, the place to be this weekend. After tonight's game at Selhurst, Forest go to Liverpool tomorrow lunchtime, Anfield. And what Andoni Areola's first game at Anfield, of course. That one is live on talkSPORT 2. And then the weekend finishes on Monday night as Villa take on the champions Arsenal. Live and exclusive on talkSPORT. So to preview all the weekend's football, let's say a very, very good morning to this wee man.
And it just don't matter now. Little by little, gave you everything you ever dreamed of. Little by little.
It's not going to stop, Sam, because it's such a great song.
Do you know what? I'm fine. I'm adopting it now. I think I'm going to change it. My ringtone's going to be Little by Little.
Good idea, Sam.
How are you, Sam?
I'm good, thank you. I was at Chelsea last night, and a reasonably good performance by Chelsea. Yeah. Danny Welbeck was superb. He got a brilliant reception from the crowd. Standing ovation when he came off last night. Spoke to him in the tunnel afterwards. I think you played the interview already this morning. And he's just an infectious character. And Xabi Alonso said something which was really important. He said he's got a certain level of charisma which makes him the glue inside the dressing room.
When I said to Alan, all the clubs he's played for, everybody gave him a good reception. And you don't usually get that, do you?
No.
Wherever he's got.
I mean, you don't play for Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea, and then still become.
They're all rivals. They're all
You've got to be great, haven't you, to do that?
Just scoring the debut is brilliant anywhere, whatever age. Right, tonight, Palace against City. I'm intrigued by this one because City made it. It was tough last weekend, but they got through it. How much of an effect will the lack of? I didn't realise this. Homesdale fanatics. Palace have got great atmosphere down there. I didn't realise this had stopped. What's happened here, Sam?
Well, we're going to talk about this on the show because I think this is quite a big sort of talking point, really, isn't it? The idea of fan culture and where is the line between what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Yeah. I think the last thing you want to do personally is kill terrace culture. One of the great things about going to football or getting you into football, engaging you with the passion, is being around people who want to sing, who want to make noise, who want to make
drums a bit contentious. That drum. They've got it at Portman Road as well, and I'm just I wouldn't want to be near the drum, put it that way.
But one of the things that they did when they first came in was establish a section of high-level, high-octane support. You don't have to stand in that area, but if you want to be a part of it, this is where it's going to be. Yeah. So there's other parts, three other sides of the ground where you can go and sit, where you can be away from that.
So have we had incidents then at Palace?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of controversial banners. There's been some pyrotechnic stuff. They're complaining that actually people are being a little bit over-officious, saying that some of the stuff that they're doing is not safe. And I think there's sort of like, there's obviously principles, isn't there, what you can get away with and what you can't. Sometimes, obviously, you remember there was a banner about Marinakis and Morgan Gibbs-White, and they got sued, didn't they, Crystal Palace, by Marinakis as a result of the banner that these guys put out. Now, as long as it's not illegal, as long as it's not dangerous, as long as it's not offensive, I think you've got to encourage a level of support that intimidates the opposition.
Absolutely. You? Look at the foreign teams that come to England, the away fans, Al. They don't stop singing, do they?
Yeah.
It's like PSG, Bayern Munich, all the German sides really, and they seem to really get behind the team and they make the atmosphere. So you need people to make the atmosphere, and Palace has always been a tough place to play.
I used to go to Portsmouth, obviously, every week. I used to cover them a lot for 10 years. And they have the Fratton end, which is absolutely mad, and it's constant. And John Westwood is there doing his bell, and the Fratton.
You've got to make it hard for the opposition.
They make it difficult, and they sing all the way through, and that's the kind of atmosphere that you want around football. That is British football culture, isn't it?
Celtic and Rangers have got problems as well, but look, we'll move on. Palace, thumped at Everton. Are we worried about Palace this season to be down there, bottom 6?
Well, there's no Ismail Assar at the moment. Until that's resolved, that's a problem because he is their best attacking weapon. That's a major issue for them. They've lost a lot of good players. Maxence Lacroix was playing for Chelsea last night.
Might lose a centre forward as well, Mateta.
There's every chance that Mateta gets out. He certainly wants to get out. I mean, he's been trying to get out for a little while now, hasn't he? So there's a lot of people leaving Selhurst Park, and it makes it very, very difficult, doesn't it, for Pierre Sarge, who did a brilliant job at Lens last season to sort of translate his football to Crystal Palace. He wants to press high from the front. The numbers are good for that.
Yeah.
But they conceded.
That's their problem, conceding goals.
I want to talk about City. City got off to a winning start, although it was tough against Bournemouth. Brilliant again, Bournemouth. And I've since signed Buadi for 86 million. I really like this kid. I do. But could we see him tonight? Well, City boss Enzo Maresco has said he's ready to go.
We need to go slowly because he's very young, came from different country, needs adaptation. So no rush for him. For sure he's going to help us now and in the future. But again, probably he's very mature, being just 18.
Yeah, a kid, but doesn't play like a kid.
Oh, he's terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, when you watch the World Cup, 2 players, I think before the World Cup, we talked about in the build-up to it, Johan Manzambi, who I thought was excellent at the World Cup, and obviously has been taken by Aston Villa, and Buadi, who's come after a brilliant World Cup with Morocco. He looks a very commanding, strong player. Mobility, let's see how he gets around the park, especially in the Premier League, and something that we've noticed, like with Nico Gonzalez, very good tempo setter, but if you haven't got the legs to get around in the Manchester City system, it's very difficult to be the only sitting midfield player. Of course, with Elliot Anderson there, you've got 2 in there. He could provide the legs. So it'd be interesting to see what he's like and how he gets on. I think he's a super talent, absolutely super talent. But he'll soon be joined by Enzo Fernandez, won't he?
Yeah, amazing. So Anderson, Fernandez, and him. Wow. Right, Sam, don't go away. Chief football commentator Sam, coming up a little bit later on as well with a great show coming up. We're going to ask as well here, Ray and I, how much of a disaster it would be, or wouldn't it be, if Moses Atuma doesn't become world heavyweight champion tomorrow night? I think he does. I think this guy I think he's brilliant. Absolutely too quick and powerful. I don't see a problem. And of course, you can hear it live on talkSPORT.
I saw Martin doing his interview afterwards and covering the players. It was an appallingly cowardly performance from Celtic.
Cowardly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the goal that really started the rot was an unforgivable error from one of their players knocking it back into the space where the guy can just run in and score a goal, which brought them back from the dead, this team. And then to concede goals directly after half-time, you wonder what managers say to these players at half-time that makes them so unresponsive that they're going to concede a goal. But I thought it was a dreadful performance. And all this nonsense about, they might have got lucky in the first leg. I didn't hear that narrative being spun out when they won the first leg 3-0. All of a sudden, people are saying, well, they got lucky in the first leg. They did have a lot of shots on goal, this team. Their expected XG was 3 last week, but they didn't score 3. They scored 0.
Yeah.
And in this instance, you look at the performance and you go, what Martin taking the blame for it. This is not about Martin O'Neill. This was about the players on the field. And they didn't buy this player. And they sold £36 million worth of players and they only bought in £32 million worth of players. And the players that came off the bench didn't look like they had the wherewithal. It should never got to the stage where extra time came to play and the players that came off the bench look all lost. They were just cowardly They were 4-0 up in a Champions League qualifier with the game done. They hand them back an initiative by giving them 1 goal, and then they absolutely capitulate.
Yes, yeah. Cowardly.
But I mean, I know that will be extra, that will be lifted up and maybe quoted somewhere else, but you can't think of any other word. Now, Martin can do all the best he wants. Now, Martin will be privately seething and sitting there and realising that the players have let him down.
Fuming.
But what he will do as an old school manager is deflect from the players and make it about himself. There's nothing about what Martin O'Neill did on that pitch that could legislate, or on the dugout, or what tactics set up, that can legislate for a capitulation of that order.
Yeah.
Try and pick up a bell. Try and pick up a few bells, eh?
I'll throw him out of the ring.
Monstrous right hand, and down he goes. He is fabulous.
talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil and Ray Parlour. Another game that's live on talkSPORT this weekend is Arsenal's trip to Villa Park Monday night. One man who could make his debut against his former club is Arsenal's newest signing, Ezri Konsa. And Mikel Arteta was asked if he has any doubts about playing Konsa at Villa Park.
No, well, if I see something different on the player, maybe I question that. The way I see Ezri since day one, knowing his personality really well that I know, with all the feedback that I got from all the people that has worked with him, that's nothing that concerns me there.
Ray, Konsa, Arsenal.
No problem.
What about when Arsenal are properly fit at the back? Could you see them playing 3 at the back?
I don't think he's changed to 3, no. But you've got to be flexible at times. You've got to be able to do it if you need to. But you need a big squad of players, though. You know, last year they got injuries at vital stages, and they managed to get through it. And with every single competition they're going to play for, they're trying to win everything. They're trying to win the League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. So you need a big squad of players, and you're going to get injuries, you're going to get suspensions, and and he's a great signing for Konsa. He really is, because he knows the Premier League. He's quick, he's aggressive when he has to be, as I mentioned before. And I listened to John Terry because he was a top centre half himself, and he worked with him, and he said great signing for Arsenal. So I take that into it. And with Saliba being out as well, it's more cover for those guys. So I think he's a brilliant signing, and he won't have no problem going back to Villa. Whether Villa give him a good reception, we'll have to wait and see. But it's just another player that probably they needed at this stage of the season because of the injuries they've got.
Okay, Aston Villa against Arsenal is live and exclusive on talkSPORT this Monday night. Will Konsa make his Arsenal debut? Could Jackson make his Villa debut? Find out with us Monday night on talkSPORT. Right, tomorrow night you can witness history as Moses Atuma bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. Let's look ahead to the big fight now with DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN tomorrow night. Witness history as Moses bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. Exclusively on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
What's at stake? Of course, it's the biggest fight of my life.
There is the destructive power of this exciting teenager.
He's the best I've seen since Muhammad Ali.
Moses Itauba gets the biggest win of his professional life. Moses Itauba! Oh, that's it! Overcome from Delvin Franklin, and now Moses Itauba bows to his crown.
This is the hardest fight. Like professional, amateur, the threat, the opposition.
With respect to Filip Hrgović, Moses Atoma is going to go through him.
I don't buying that story, that hype. I'm not buying that.
Don't buy it, you'll see it.
Interesting, really. I'm with Simon on this, Simon Jordan. I think Atuma just goes through them. I do. Too quick, too fast, and too powerful. Right, he takes the biggest step up his career this weekend against Hrgović, live on talkSPORT. Atuma faces his first top 10 opponent in the Croatian for the vacant IBF heavyweight title at London's O2 Arena. A lot of good judges think this is a tough fight. Moses John White and Jordan yesterday. He says he's in no rush to chase big fights too early.
I've got to push the boundaries, you know. Like, there's only so much of, I don't know, Dempsey McKean's, Dillian White's, and XYZ you beat before you kind of have to step up. So, like, listen, if I wasn't confident in Filip Hrgović, I probably would have, I don't know, gone elsewhere or whatever. But it's that I don't see something in Filip Hrgović that I'm like, I'm gonna be worried about this. I'm gonna be worried about that, you know. So
yeah.
Once I become a world champion, and then I can call the shots and make these big fights happen. I feel like everybody. I'm only 3 years into my career, but I feel like everybody wants me to fight everybody like now, right now. I got time, you know.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's got time.
Yeah, and he's right as well. John is now former super featherweight champion and DAZN analyst Barry Jones. Barry, morning.
Morning, Barry.
How are you, boys? You okay? You good?
Excellent. Barry, this is a good one, this is a good one. As I said earlier, a lot of good judges think this is no easy fight for Moses. I just love him to bits. I love his speed. I love his power. I love his attitude. But how difficult will this be, Barry?
Yeah, on paper, and I think on the night, it's the most difficult test by far. I think, what you got with Hrgović is a big, powerful guy with a wealth of experience through the amateurs and the professional game. His resume far succeeds Moses Atoma's. It really does. And he got a lot of things that can cause Atoma problems. And he's not the fastest, Hrgović, but he has a solid left-hand jab. His right hand chops down. And for a fighter who likes to come in low, that's a problem. And also his timing and his judgment of distance is exceptional for a big guy. But saying that, I'm on the same page as you guys. I just think Atoma is a bit of a special talent. And I do think, and what people go on about his speed and his power, it's his mental. That's what I think. He's cerebral. He's such a cerebral fighter. He thinks before he talks. He thinks before he moves. He has the space and the time to understand what's going on before he mounts an attack. And you can't teach that. You've got it or you haven't. It's like, you guys in football, you see 2 moves ahead. Yeah. I mean, you don't teach that, do you? You got it or you haven't got it. Yeah, you can understand the game to an extent, but at a high level, to be able to find time to think under pressure is a gift. And I think he has that gift.
Barry, he's only 3 years into his career, as you mentioned there. Yeah. Do you think he's done the right thing, not really going for the fights, and he's just going for the right ways? And it'll all come to him one day, wouldn't it? And he's just taking his time with it all.
Yeah, well, I think he's had some mini tests. No, really, Dempsey McKean was only lost one fight against Hrgović, ironically. So that was a really good test for him, and he took him out in a round. I mean, Mariusz Vach, who was never going to beat him, was meant to take him round. He does him in 2 rounds. I mean, what do you do with the guy who's giving him tests and I mean, you can't chuck him into life and death situation, fight straight away.
No.
But all those things you want to know about a fighter, can he take a shot? Has he got the guts and the heart in a hard fight after 7 and 8 rounds? Which is, honest to God, until you're in that situation, you don't know what you have. And what's it like when things don't work for him. But the problem we have,
Barry,
that's not happening.
What do they say about the guys that have sparred him? Has any of them had him down? Have they caught him and knocked him down in sparring?
I haven't heard any stories of that, but I'm sure there is. I mean, you can't take sparring too literal because it's a learning process. So you're trying things out, you will make mistakes, and with that, you'll probably get put on your backside. But especially those big guys, for sure. But the stories about him as a kid coming in and terrifying, and absolutely, everyone from Lawrence Okoli was cruiserweight champion of the world at the time, and this 14-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid turns up at the gym and gives him nightmares. But I think he is. You've spoken to him. You've seen the way he is. He takes, rather than me, I rush my words out, and that's how I fought. I rushed everything. He thinks before he speaks. He does, and he's like that in the ring. And I think he has that time and space. But this is a test, and we're going to find out a bit more. Hopefully, we're going to find out a little bit more about him, what he's like, when things are not quite working according to plan.
Yeah.
But still,
it's fascinating. I can't wait for it. Barry, this is Carl Frampton. Carl told us yesterday he thinks Atuma will stop him on cuts around 8. So on cuts, I've not often heard that. Do you agree with Carl? Could it go 8 rounds, or do you think this is? I personally don't think it does, but that's just me.
No, I don't. I think I'm not going to. I'm with Carl tomorrow. So I don't want to upset him too early. But no, I am taller than Carl by about a quarter of an inch. So bring it on. But I would say that Hrgovic does cut. Obviously, with Daniel Dubois, he got stopped on a cut. And he is defensively a little bit lax. He does sort of switch off after he gets his punches thrown. But I think he does stop him. I think he stops him a couple of rounds earlier. And whether this cuts or not, I think Hrgovic will be exhausted. See, you see with Alexander Usyk, he makes big fighters think. They're not used to thinking. So he does that with his feet, changing angles, punching from different trajectories all the time. And when you have to engage your brain, as you know in high sports, it tires you out physically. And he does that, and I think Atama, in a different way, does it also, makes fighters think. And when you have to think as well as throw punches, you can't regulate your breathing, and before you know, you're 3 rounds in, and it feels like you've done 12 rounds.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to get on Saturday. I think Hrgovic is going to start decent, but after 4 rounds, he's going to be tiring very, very quickly. And Atama is going to be swooping in low, spinning around to the left, pivoting to the right, throwing shots from angles he can. Hrgovic can't see him coming from. And I think he's going to be exhausted, and the referee's going to step in.
Yeah. Barry, brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers, Barry.
Thank you very much. Enjoy. Have a great day. There you go. Barry Jones. Interesting, eh? Now, coverage of Moses Atuma against Hrgovic gets underway 7:30 on talkSPORT 2 and the boxing YouTube channel before switching to talkSPORT at 9. That was a look ahead to Atuma Hrgovic with DAZN. Join DAZN Ultimate for 185 plus fight nights, and 12 plus pay-per-views every year. So that's join DAZN Ultimate for 185 plus fight nights and 12 plus pay-per-views every year, including Atuma versus Hrgovic. And there's another Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn. What a fight that is. All included at no extra cost.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN tomorrow night. Witness history as Moses bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. Exclusively on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Emmanuel Petit joined the station yesterday and spoke on the difference that he could make to this Liverpool side.
On the left flank, this guy can make so many differences. And this is what missing as well with Liverpool, the speed, something that can be fast, running with the ball, that can not scare, of fighting against defenders. And this is exactly what they are missing at Liverpool. They have good players, but they need, modern football is based on the fast players, who can make this decision within a few seconds, can make differences, with the ball. And I don't think many players, at Liverpool actually for that.
Well, he's right, Gabby, isn't he? Oh. I mean, it's not all about pace, but I tell you what, nowadays, if you
pace kills, Ali.
Oh my
Come
goodness!
on.
Well, you know better than MD. You know better than MD, mate.
Pace kills, Ali, and Liverpool would be interesting how they set up now, Ali, with Barcola in the team, because they could half in certain games, Ali, sit back a little bit,
Yeah.
Bring the opposition out and Barcola on the counter.
I agree with you. However, I think that'd be very, very difficult to do for any Liverpool side at Anfield.
Yes,
because I'm not sure.
More away from home.
The fans just, and quite rightly, encourage them to go and attack, and have been used to that for years and years. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it'd be very difficult.
That threat though as well, Ali. Just having that pace.
Yeah.
Like Sean says, it scares defenders.
Of course it does.
You're okay. Right side centre half's got to squeeze over and double up on Barcola. You can't leave him 1v1. He's ripping any defender in the Premier League 1v1. Yeah. He's unstoppable, Ali. You can't be quick and tall and long strides and everything. He's a different animal.
Here are some of the best sledges in Ashes history. Let's start in 1933, Douglas Jardine versus Yabba. Jardine, the notorious captain of the Bodyline series. Yabba, some bloke in the stands who became so famous he now has a statue at the SCG. When Jardine was swatting away flies on the boundary one day, Yabba yelled, "Oi, Jardine, leave our flies alone. They're the only friends you've got." Next, Warne versus Strauss in the Edgbaston Cauldron 2005. Strauss shouted, "Come on boys, he's struggling here," when Warne misjudged the delivery by Ashley Giles. Warne then told Strauss, "Say one more thing to me and I'll hit the next ball for 6. Strauss obliged and Warne walloped an enormous 6 over square leg. Night-night, Straussy. Bowler Jimmy Ormond dealt a stinger to Mark Waugh, brother of Steve, in 2001 when the Aussie all-rounder told him he was nowhere near good enough to play for his country. Ormond replied, "At least I'm the best cricketer in my family." Tough. Wicketkeeper Ian Healy issued one of the great lines after Steve Waugh told Ricky Ponting to field right under the nose of Nasser Hussain. Healy remarked, "That could be anywhere within a 3-mile radius, poor Nas." And then there's Dennis Lilly on Geoffrey Boycott, who he beautifully described as a man who fell in love with himself at a young age and has remained faithful ever since.
.35, one of the best games of the weekend is tomorrow evening, Tottenham against Newcastle United at 5:30. During the game, as luck would have it, Jamie O'Hara will be live on air for the game day phone-in with his best mate Jason Cundy, and last week it couldn't have gone worse for the chunk.
Do you hate me? What do you think? Spurs, I'm afraid, have not been very good. Spurs are most definitely not back, Jamie.
You sat there, opening day of the season, you got the Ange mask on. Of course I hate you. You're an idiot. No, don't be giving... I don't want to be hearing the violin.
13 minutes into the season, you get the violin. Chauncey! Chauncey!
Mikey
Chauncey!
Moore!
Chauncey!
Stop putting it in the net, Mikey Moore! It's attacking! Oh, how did he miss that?
Get me off air now. Get me off air. Someone, turn it off.
Oh, no. Delight to see John is now the chunk Jamie O'Hara. Jamie, don't let them wind you
Morning,
up. Good
Jamie.
morning.
Morning, boys. How are we? Good to
like,
see yous.
You like Jace, really, didn't you?
No, I hate him. He's an absolute clown.
By the way,
Honestly.
his Barnett is brilliant, by the way.
He's good Barnett, that, mate.
Brilliant.
And Al, he's looking all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, though? Because he's got that Barnett now, Al, he's been giving it way more than he should. He come in with a Louis Vuitton bag yesterday.
Did he?
Oh.
Giving it absolute large ones.
Well, there he goes, a Chelsea boy, and he loves all that.
How are you, Al? You good?
I'm good, mate. Really good. Yeah, I had a few hours in hospital yesterday, but that was just a procedure. I'm fine. On the mend, pal. I'm good. I'm enjoying
Good
back
to
on
have
radio.
you back, mate.
Thank you.
You're looking well, son,
I'm
eh?
good.
You don't look like you're going to explode anymore.
Listen, Tottenham exploding, or Tottenham going to explode. This is a good game. And Newcastle, I thought they played better in that opening game than I thought they would. A little bit unlucky, I felt. And I looked earlier, I didn't realise this, Jamie. They've won more Premier League away games against Tottenham than any other opponent, 13. Have claimed all 3 points on 3 of the last 4 visits to Spurs. Whoa.
Jeez. Thanks for that stat, Al. I was just about to say we was going to slap them, but I'm going to have to change my mind. Look, this is a tough game. Every game's a tough game. We were terrible at home last season. Our home record is nothing short of a disgrace. Like we actually stayed in the Premier League last season because of our away form. So that has to change under De Zerbi. Yeah. Now, he's brought in some good players, Savio, Marmouche over the line. I want them to just go straight in at the weekend and try and play. I don't know if you can register Marmouche, but if we can get the players back on the pitch who are actually decent, because he's still got injuries like Van der Ven, Kudus, Kulusevski, Xavi Simons. We still got players who are out for periods of time.
Yeah. What's happened to Kulusevski?
Once we get them back, I think we'll be all right.
What's happened to Kulusevski?
Our front three's still terrible.
Jane, because he's been out ages, isn't he?
He's a forgotten man.
Kulusevski, he's a top player, but is it a cruise ship?
I don't know, Ray, what's
really
happened
struggled,
to him,
is he?
mate. I don't know what's happened to him. I really don't. And there's no timescale again on when he's back. We had that at the start of last season, and there's still no timescale. So
I feel for Maddison as well, Jamie. Do you feel for Maddison?
Yeah, Maddison obviously I think would have started to get minutes a little bit as a number 10, and then he's done his shoulder. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone gets injured at Spurs, and they take way longer than they should to come back. I don't understand it.
The best
They've got some of the best facilities in the world.
Training ground in the country, haven't they, by far?
That's what I don't get. I get it if you've got crap training ground and the physios are, miles off it or whatever, then you can understand, if you're coming back later than you should. But we've got the best facilities in the world.
Yeah.
And we can't get a player back fit on time. It's unbelievable.
Tell me this,
and it's
Jamie.
so frustrating because you start the season and we've still got Richarlison playing up front.
Yeah. What do you make? It obviously doesn't involve Spurs, but what do you make of the Champions League draws? Some of the draws, some great games in there.
Yeah, I think Liverpool, looking at it, I remember last night, look all right. Aston Villa have got some amazing fixtures, but they're nowhere near it, are they, Al? I mean, they were terrible.
I don't know what's going on
Brighton.
there. I really don't know what's happening at Villa Park. I don't know.
Well, they're selling their best players. Do you know what I mean? Gabby comes on, he's jealous, he hates it, because Spurs can spend a load of cash, and his club has got to sell all his best players. So he hates it. I don't agree with it, and I think it's unfair, but it is what it is. And I feel for Unai Emery. He gets a Champions League draw.
Yeah.
He's got PSG and Barcelona, and they've sold their 5 best players.
Yeah.
It could be worse, though, Jamie. He could be a Rangers fan this morning.
Don't start him.
Even Celtic.
Right.
Even Celtic. Oh, Celtic were at the Champions League as well.
Yeah, let's not forget about how guff Celtic were as well, Ray. Have you been slaughtering him?
Oh, well, he's loved this morning because of Rangers last night. It's got him out of jail. He's made him happier.
What's up in Scotland, Ray? What's happened up there, mate?
It's a disaster.
They're just a shambles, a lot of them.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I've had enough of you now. That's it. McCoy's is holding for us, so we'll get Ali saying it. Enjoy Spurs, Jamie. And I'll listen.
I'll listen to that.
Well.
Have a laugh.
I will do. It's good fun. Oh, stay there. Let's hear what Ali's got to say. But first, here's wee Lulu. afraid that Mr. McCoy, that's the next level for Rangers to get back in Europe. Sing a song.
Ali.
By the way, it's the first time a Harris ever get in right. The whole thing's a shambles. It's official. It's an
Christy, what's
absolute
happened to
shambles.
you lot, mate? You're an absolute mess. What's going on up there?
Mate, you're not wrong.
Seriously.
I tell you what, the next thing will happen to us. We'll end up getting beat by Brentford 3-0. I'm telling you, that's how bad it is, mate.
Oh, Scotland are a joke.
Ali, I didn't see it, but they tell me it was horrendous. Even Derek admitted it. He said it was embarrassing.
What's ever? I could not believe my eyes. I'm sitting watching it with the boys. There was nothing, mate. Nothing defensively, no good. Nothing in attack. Nothing at all in attack, mate. I mean, and the opposition, let me tell you, lads, with the greatest respect, the opposition were bang average. Absolutely bang average.
So
at best.
what we're saying here? We're saying the lads are not playing for Derek. Is that
No,
what's
I'm not
looking
saying
like?
that.
No.
What I'm saying is they need to get their fingers out because they're just not doing it. I'm not saying they're not playing for Derek. They're not playing for themselves or the team. Never mind Derek. Al.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You said the same thing. We spoke about it with Martin. You know what I mean? And I said, you know, and it's the same with all managers. That's where the buck stops. But the players have got to take responsibility. I mean, Celtic the other night the exact same, and Rangers last night in terms of players taking responsibility. There was nothing. That was that bad. We've got a WhatsApp group, all the boys, all the ex-players, and we're all stunned, Alan. Honestly, God,
I don't
Ray.
care what you say, Ali. If you're getting beat by a team that's got trees behind the goal one end, there's got to be a problem.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Ali, and it's and one or two are in for a shock as well. Welcome to Aberdeen coming up.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're straight up there on Sunday, and you know what it's like up there, particularly when Rangers got to Aberdeen. I mean, it's one of the toughest fixtures of the season. So, I mean, I don't know, but I take your point. I take your point, Ray, man. I think a couple of the defenders are up the trees at one point in that second half, man, honestly. It was unbelievable. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I'm going to tell you, lads, Jamie, Ray, it was that bad last night. There's been kind of stunned reaction, particularly for all our ex-players.
So, So what you've got Aberdeen, Falkirk, and then 2 games against Celtic.
Oh, dear me, I mean, we can't even think about it. Don't even think about looking ahead to that. I mean, Aberdeen on Sunday's a massive, massive game. You know what it's like. You got to be Aberdeen, and the atmosphere, everything, it'll be geared, and they'll be smelling blood. Aberdeen will be smelling blood.
Probably be snowing for a start.
Oh, absolutely. But I think I'm not sure what they're doing. I think they're heading straight up there and doing a bit of training before the game Sunday. But crikey, lads, I mean, what a horrendous week for Hearts aside. For Hearts aside, what a horrendous week for Scottish football.
Coisty, I've got to ask you, right? Martin O'Neill's manager of Celtic, right? And he done brilliant last season. I know they got knocked out of Champions League. When are you going to become Rangers manager again? Seriously, it's got to happen.
Jamie, do you know what age I am, pal? Listen, I am 63 years of age, and I quite enjoy my life. I work with you guys. It's brilliant, and I go to some of the best games on the planet, and that's the way it's staying, mate. That is the way it's staying. I'm a Rangers man. I'll always be a Rangers man. You never turn your back on your club, and if they needed you, you're always there. But come on, mate, that'd be a step back the way. They need to look forward, and Derek has to be given time, mate. He has to be given time. The recruitment, Jamie, recruitment. It's not as if we're now buying boys for like 200, 300 grand. It's not as if you're spending 4, 5, 6 million pounds on players.
Yeah.
The recruitment has been appalling.
Ali, who would Jamie play for if he was to go to Scotland? Who would
Dumbarton?
What team would have suited the chunk?
By the way, he'd have to start it off in the reserves. Oh, Jamie, Ahara, I had to laugh at you. Your best 5-a-side team. I was howling. It was some team, by the way. You had Gareth Bale, you had Modric. I mean, but I just couldn't remember when Modric and Bale played in the Spurs reserves. I couldn't remember.
Hey, Coisty, let's just remember how good you were at Sunderland, yeah, pal?
He was only 14.
Fair point, mate.
Couldn't cut it in the Prem. That's why he went back up to that guff up in Scotland.
Ali, have a good weekend, pal.
Cheers, Ali.
Enjoy.
You too, lads. Great
Thank
to talk to you. Have a
Cheers,
great
Jamie.
weekend.
Chunk, Jamie, what's happening this weekend then, apart from the live games?
We've got the game day phone in, half 5, me and Candy. Can't wait for it. It's going to be brilliant. Obviously, Spurs have got to get a result, but I am on air, live on air, doing the games after it. So, I don't know. Hopefully we get a result. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But it's going to be appointment viewing.
Well, those stats, they worry me, Newcastle stats at Spurs. But
You've had them down to winning, yes?
I think Tottenham win. I think they do. I think they'll win. I think it'll be tight, but I fancy 2-1.
Yeah, it'll be tight. 2-1, something like that.
All right,
I'll take
Jamie.
that all day.
Jamie,
boys.
good day, mate. We're listening. Thanks, pal. Alan McCoy and Jamie O'Hara there. Get your calls into the game day phone in with Jamie and Jason Cundy tomorrow evening from 5:30. Taking your calls. Listen on talkSPORT or watch Jamie struggle through Spurs Newcastle live on YouTube or Smart TV.
Do you hate me?
What do you think? You're sat there, opening day of the season, you've got the Ange mask on. Of course I hate you. You're an idiot. Get me off air now. Get me off air. Someone, turn it off.
Oh, how's he missed that?
Like, come on.
Right.
No, don't be giving. I don't want to be hearing the violin.
13 minutes into the season, you get the violin.
So he was shouting apparently, Allez l'homme, go Olympique Marseille, which of course is like putting oil in water when it comes to Lyon fans. They absolutely detest Olympique Marseille and they detest Guendouzi, and they showed that in their reaction. Simon, who's more at fault in these flashpoints though? Ferreira, the goalkeeping coach, reacted in a big way, and that led to widespread scuffles. Is it the provocateur, who in this case is Guendouzi, or is it those who take the bait? In this case, the Lyon fans, the Lyon players, and the Lyon goalkeeping coach.
Well, there's degrees of responsibility and culpability, but Guendouzi is the fire starter. Guendouzi's behaviour, as it was when he played in this country and decided that he could run around a football pitch telling everyone how poor they were in comparison to him, which ultimately got him shipped out of Arsenal.
Who did he tell that how much he
Neil
earned?
Mopé.
Neil Mopé of Brighton. Yeah.
And I think it was Wenger, wasn't it? Just about enough of him, and said that.
It was Arteta. Was it
Arteta?
Yeah, he did enough of him.
Sorry, it was Arteta who binned him off. And here he goes again. Now, people are responsible for their own behaviour, so everybody is culpable, and everybody in terms of the professionals on the field, the players, and the support staff that have got involved should have a consequence for it.
Yeah.
But he should have the primary consequence, because without his provocation, without his antagonising nature, without his ridiculous over egging of the pudding and baiting and inflammatory, the fans are not professional footballers.
Of this sport.
Try and pick up a bell. Try and pick up a few bells, eh?
I'll throw him out of the ring.
Monstrous right hand, and down he goes. He is fabulous. Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds. Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together. We're gonna see you win.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Ray Parlour. Check out the latest talkSPORT Daily Fiery Friday podcast. Angelina Kelly, Adrian Durham, and Alex Crook. Adrian says that United should play Kobe Mainoo or sell him. Angelina believes that someone should tell Arteta that Julian Alvarez is just not that is just not that inchy. Can you
Not what?
write that better, please? He's not into you. I don't know. I think Alvarez could go.
Well, look, there's no doubt that his first preference would be Barcelona, but you know, with what he said, it's upset the Atletico Madrid fans, and they've really gone for him.
Will do.
Of course it will do, because he's going to one of the rivals.
He's got to move, I swear too.
But now,
I think it'd be great for Arsenal.
If the only option is Arsenal, you know, he's got to make that big decision whether he wants to do it. But look, if his heart's not in it, then you won't want to buy the player anyway.
So why were we playing that? Not just for you, Nige, big Leeds fan. Crookie predicts Leeds United will qualify for Europe this season, beating Forest twice already. Are you sure, Alex?
I think the centre-back has gone under the radar. I'm going to try and pronounce his name properly. Tarek Muharemovic, coming in from Sassuolo. Looks right at home in the Premier League. Harry Wilson on a free transfer, when you look at what he did at Fulham last season, is a no-brainer. They're still looking to strengthen at the top end of the pitch as well, maybe bringing a bit more creativity. I think this is a club, and it pains me to say it, with a rivalry between the two Uniteds. This is a club moving in the right direction. Wouldn't surprise me if they go deep in one of the cup competitions. They've already come through a tricky tie at Forest, and I genuinely think they can challenge for a place in Europe. What we know about the Premier League now, and we saw it on the opening weekend of the season, if you're one of those so-called big clubs, the so-called big six, and you're not at it, you're going to get your pants pulled down. As United did at Hull, as Tottenham did against Brentford, as Villa did at Brighton. There are no mugs in the Premier League this season, and I just think Leeds, at home in particular, are more than capable of leaving some of those big boys with bloody noses. So I think they can certainly finish in the top 8 and maybe win one of the cups.
There you go, Alex Crook, who's a United fan, don't forget, on Leeds United. Wow. By the way, Crookie's up with Sam and Gabby from 10 a.m. Right, just about time for this one. Ready for the weekend, Calvin Harris. Now, I'm not done for this week because Shaban's away, isn't she? There's a vacancy alongside Tony Cascarino on the weekend sports breakfast. Well, I'm up here, isn't I? So, step up, none other than myself tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. What? 6 a.m.? I thought it was a later start. 6 a.m. Oh, dear.
Oh, you're used to that, Al, anyway.
Anyway,
what time do you finish?
9.
And you get paid less then, didn't you?
No. No. But I'm told
you wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
I'm told Shaban's got a little bit of advice for me.
Morning Al, morning Ray from sunny Portugal. Ray, I'm in your neck of the woods in Lagos. It's absolutely beautiful. Al, what's this I hear Jill Brazil's got you now working on a weekend? Now you're back to full health. Very good to hear you're covering this weekend. Look after Tony Cascarino. He likes 3 peppermint teas with Manuka honey, 1 each hour between 6 till 9 o'clock. The listeners will love you. They'll be in for a wee treat this weekend, and I'll be back next weekend, so don't be too good. It's the least you could do covering me after the 40 shifts I covered you. See you next week. Love you. Bye.
Oh, look at that. It looks beautiful there.
Yeah, she's not in a guest house there, is she?
No, that's a lovely
beautiful
place.
big
That's a really good place as well, Lagos.
Is it?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's just up the road from where I used to stay over. But it's a nice place. Very, very
You need
nice.
a pool, don't you? It's Baltic, that ocean there.
Well, no,
Atlantic.
you got to jump in that, Al. You got to get in.
No.
What?
I meant
What do you mean you're hot? You want to jump in cold water?
Big waves, isn't it?
Live, yeah, big waves. So, yeah, it's probably a nice weather this time.
Julie's bar down there on the beach, love.
Julie's bar's down the other end, Valdelobo.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, Valdelobo's beautiful. Yeah. Got a few mates who've got down there.
Portugal's
Villamora.
great. Spain or Portugal's great.
Well, you won't get better beaches in Portugal. If you go around the world, the beaches are stunning in Portugal. That's what I always love, the beaches.
Yeah.
So you can have a good stroll along in the morning now. You can see the waves coming in. It's
You're
stunning.
going to Greece soon, aren't you? You wait to see the Aegean. The Aegean is just
It's lovely. I love. Yeah, absolutely. I do love going away. It's beautiful. I mean, the sunshine makes everything, but just the way of living for the week. Nice food and all that. Nice.
Well, you like your fish, don't you?
Yeah, I love my fish. And
I'm not allowed any shellfish now.
Oh, you're not allowed?
No.
Why's that?
I'm not allowed the sun, no bevy, no shellfish.
Oh, you've had a nightmare there.
I'm going to Stenhouse Muir on holiday now.
You having ice cream?
Honestly, I was
You having ice cream?
sitting in my bed thinking,
How seagulls come down.
what am I doing here? Honestly, might as well be.
Yeah, you might as well be at
over.
home, yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm still here, so I'm delighted. And it's the weekend coming up, but I'm back tomorrow morning. That's me on the weekend
What a
breakfast.
treat for people.
That's me on the weekend breakfast from 6 a.m. tomorrow till 9 o'clock, and then back to Sleepy Suffolk. Coming up, Little Sam, Alex Crook, and Gabby. Give Gabby some pelters. What's happening to the Villa? It's going to be a long, long season, Gabby, my boy. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Don't go away, Ray. Enjoy your stag
Cheers,
night.
Al. Yeah, I've got a good weekend. It's bank holiday weekend. So we got Singer Down the Rose on Sunday. We got Saturday. I've got a big party as well. So it's going to be a good weekend, Al.
Where am I going?
But the weather. Please don't rain.
Chopper's his pub up in Assington.
That's it.
Yeah, Shoulder Mountain.
They've got a bit of music.
He's got all the bands and all that. So I'll take a little look in there.
Oh,
definitely.
lovely. Hope it
Right.
goes well.
Okay, thank you for listening. Enjoy. Have a great day. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.
I've got to stop you there, right? Because I've heard this guff from you and Gabby today, all right? Going on about Spurs overspending, overpaying for players.
Whoa,
all right?
wait,
and I can't
where's
believe
this coming from?
Crookie has got the cheek to come on here as a Man United fan and say that Belieber's a good deal
Whoa.
at 70 million. He was guff last season. He didn't play.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet.